Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Just a perfect day in the ballpark today.
Great start to the year, and cheers to you in the second half.
Brewers TV is presented by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and welcome to the second half of the 2026 Brewers season. What an incredible first half it was, sitting on a 59-37 record for the home team. They welcome in the Miami Marlins, and we take a look at the National League Central standings for Bryce Trang and the Brewers, sitting on a 59-win season so far, a 5-game lead over the Chicago Cubs, and 8.5 over the St. Louis Cardinals. And they're also trailing the Los Angeles Dodgers by just a game and a half for the best record in Major League Baseball. Hi everyone, Sophia Minard here at American Family Field. What an incredible and memorable first half it was for the Brewers. Their best record in franchise history at the All-Star break, sitting on 59 wins. And they just overcame a really tough stretch on the road, a 3-city road trip. Now they're back home to start the second half and the start of a 9-game homestand. So you'll be seeing a lot of the Brewers here as they get ready to welcome in the Marlins, the Mets, and then the Rockies. And we take a look at some of the storylines from that incredible first half. Jacob Mizorowski, Kyle Harrison, and the Brewers putting together a 348 team earned run average. That is second best in Major League Baseball, and they have the lowest starting rotation ERA in baseball. Thanks to that group, a 3.4 earned run average for the rotation. And the offense has done it in different ways. They are averaging more than 5 runs per game, 4th highest in baseball, and not many home runs. 89 home runs, one of the fewest totals in the league. But they make the multi-home runs count, of course, getting on base. Stolen bases, 89 for them as well, and drawing a lot of walks. And Jackson Chourio and the Brewers, the youth movement is here. They are the only team in the major leagues with 3 players ages 22 and younger. Jackson Chourio already in his 3rd season, 22 years old. And then he is joined by the rookies, Cooper Pratt, who made his debut in June, and Luis Lara, who was called up on the road trip and debuted against the St. Louis Cardinals. So as we go up to Jeff Levering and Vinny Rotino, guys, it has been a lot of fun here in the first half. The Brewers have certainly put themselves in a great position to start here the second half. Just 66 games left. Still some questions to answer there in their starting rotation, but they're handing the ball tonight to Logan Henderson to get things going, and he's been excellent for them when healthy.
Talk about the youth. It's all about the starting pitching for the Brewers, the youngest staff in Major League Baseball, and it is Logan Henderson today. When he's been available, he's been one of the game's best for the Brewers.
Obviously, you talk about Jacob Mizorowski, you talk about Kyle Harrison. These guys are obviously important to the pitching staff, but you could argue that Logan Henderson might be the most important guy just because he is so effective with the innings that he's been able to give them. But the fact that he has been hurt, this is only his 7th start of the season, is cause for just some concern. Make sure that he is healthy going forward all the way through and hopefully into the playoffs. But this guy has been super effective. You see that 3.18 ERA, the 2.04 opponent batting average. He's got an excellent fastball, changeup combination. He's been excellent. Hopefully he can stay healthy. This is a big start for him today.
Allowed just 3 earned runs for the first time in his career in his last start against the Cardinals, and he will go up against Andy Alcantara, a Cy Young Award winner a few years ago. He's been tough on the Brewers. The Brewers beat him earlier this year in the month of April down in Miami. So it's Henderson for the Brewers, Alcantara for the Marlins. The Brewers have played 96 games already, 66 to go. Second half of the season begins next.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Dear Baseball.
Stealing all the headlines tonight. And a pump of the fist by the Miz. 2-out magic from the Brewers again. Their first walk-off a Mother's Day delivery for Blake Perkins.
And there she goes! Bryce Terang walks off the Yankees!
Mizorowski last night, Harrison tonight. This has been a clinic. David Hamilton with a Little League homer, and the Brewers sweep the Cubs at Wrigley.
Jacob Mizorowski, he has the best starting stuff in the game of baseball.
That's how you break up a no-hitter.
Everybody's safe, and the Brewers have the lead. What a bomb from William Contreras. Strike three at 105. A complete game shutout for Jacob Mizorowski, and he strikes out 15.
Amazing. I mean, it's everything I've worked for.
His fifth home run in his last 5 games.
Cooper Pratt is now being called up.
His first hit in the big leagues.
First big league knock for Luis Lara, and he drives in a pair.
Just a perfect day at the ballpark today.
What a great first half it was, and a second half on the way. 66 games to go. The Brewers aiming for win number 60 on the season. Logan Henderson on the mound today for the Brew Crew. Brewers TV, presented proudly by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Roof open, some of that smoke starting to clear out from those wildfires in Canada and Minnesota with Vinny Rotino and Sophia Minner. Jeff Levering with you. So great to have you along with us. It's going to be a great weekend for Brewers and Miami Marlins. The Marlins 52-45, second most wins before the All-Star break in franchise history. Been great at home, not as great on the road, but the starting lineup for Clayton McCullough and the Miami Marlins, also brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's a team that hits better than you would expect. Liam Hicks is the DH. He leads things off. Otto Lopez, an all-star, leads Major League Baseball in batting average, hitting .334. Xavier Edwards, Kyle Stowers, Heriberto Hernandez, Griffin Conine, Jacob Marcy, Joe Mack, and Javier Sanoa. Those are your starters for the Miami Marlins, and they get Logan Henderson, and all he has done when he's been available, Vinny, has pitched very well for the Brewers.
Yeah, a lot of quality innings coming from Logan Henderson. Got the win in Game 5 of that 5-game series against the Cardinals in St. Louis. That was 9 days ago on July 9th. That was his first start back after being on the IL for 6 or 7 weeks with that low back strain. He went 5 1/3 innings on 76 pitches, 3 earned runs in that one with 4 punch-outs. Looking to back that up against a solid Marlins lineup. Let's check out that defense behind Logan Henderson, brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Jackson Churio in left, Garrett Mitchell in center, Sal Frelick in right field. Joey Ortiz gets the start at third base. Cooper Pratt, the rookie, at short. Bryce Terang, the Platinum Glover, at second base. Jake Bowers at first, and William Contreras back behind the plate with Logan Henderson.
Home plate umpire for tonight's series opener against the Marlins is Nick Marley. Derek Thomas is at first base. Marvin Hudson is the crew chief. He's at second base. And Trip Gibson is over at third. All set to go on a nice toasty night. Over halfway through this month of July. Logan Henderson ready to deliver our first pitch, presented by Aurora Healthcare. He's got his sign as Liam Hicks digs in, the DH. Our first pitch of the second half is right in there for a strike, and off we go.
Not your prototypical leadoff hitter for the Marlins in Liam Hicks. He's a first base DH/catcher. They carry 3 catchers on their roster. Not a burner by any stretch of the imagination, but can put the ball in play. He's got a very contact-oriented bat. He can hit.
It's a Rule 5 pick a couple of years ago by the Marlins. He's down in the count, 0-2. First changeup thrown by Logan Henderson on the night. See a lot of those. He's been mixing in the cutter more of late. Occasional slider. Five and a third innings against the Cardinals his last time out.
He's got one of the best changeups in all of baseball. I mean, truly. I mean, the way that he can get through that ball and stay on the inside of it, we call that pronating through the baseball. It almost acts like a left-handed curveball.
1-2 on Liam Hicks. And he struck him out with a fastball right down the middle. Good start for the second half for Logan Henderson.
Good velocity on this fastball from Logan Henderson at 94 miles per hour. He did not touch 94 miles per hour in his last start against the St. Louis Cardinals, and he gets it right by Liam Hicks.
On the old bayou there. Pitch cast brought to you by Hyundai. Deals with Otto Lopez. Big league leader in hits, big league leader in batting average. Went to his first All-Star game. Guy who was designated for assignment a couple of different times. Finds a home in Miami, and was he like that South Beach air?
Yeah, he has come on as one of the best hitters in baseball after struggling in his first couple of seasons at the big league level.
Big league leaders in batting average, 4 points clear of Luis Arraez. In a very elite group these days of hitters hitting above 300.
Yeah, not many of them.
2-0 coming.
They talked about Otto Lopez getting into a little bit more of a crouch, using his lower half more, and actually just trying to hit the ball a little bit harder. He's got that contact ability, so stop trying to slap the baseball and try and drive it.
Line drive over the glove of Terang, a base hit for Lopez. Had a base hit in the All-Star game against his former teammate. Now he singles with one away in this first inning.
Yeah, on time for the fastball. That's what Otto Lopez has been doing this season. Get contact out in front of the plate. This is a fastball. Gets in a little bit on his hands, but again, just that elite contact ability with the bat. It gets it just over the head and over the glove of Bryce Terang. Those ups by Bryce.
Another half an inch on that glove, maybe. Xavier Edwards, switch hitter. He has given the Brewers fits over the past few years. Takes strike one. Edwards comes into today's action with an 8-game hitting streak. Top three guys in this order with Hicks, Lopez, and Edwards. Nobody hitting below 290. Those three guys go, their offense goes.
That's a formidable lineup, Jeff. And then you have to deal with Kyle Stowers hitting fourth, and that dude has been doing nothing but rake ever since June. Was off to a slow start. Yeah, this is a tough lineup to have to navigate.
Brewers saw the Marlins back in the month of April down in Miami. 1-2 of 3, but all those games were close. Brewers won in extra innings in game 1. Tight game 2. Game 3 went down to the wire. Even though Eury Perez threw a gem, Brewers scored late. 2-1 on Edwards.
You're looking at the best team in baseball since June 1, Jeff. I mean, they've got the starting pitching. They've had a pretty good bullpen, although they've got some injuries to deal with in this series from some of their key arms in the bullpen, but they play defense. They put the ball in play. They're built a lot like the Milwaukee Brewers.
Henderson starting to lag with that right arm. Everything up and away to Edwards the last couple of pitches. This Marlins team was 20-6 in the month of June. Lost a couple of games to start July, then rattled off 6 in a row before losing 3 straight going into the break against Cleveland. 3-1 to Edwards. Ground ball, second base. Terang goes to Pratt. That's one. On to first. 2, double play. That's a way to get out of a jam. They turn it 4-6-3. Clayton McCullough holding things up for a moment, but he will not challenge. Brewers offense gets to work when we come back. Gorgeous night, 92 degrees in Milwaukee on our drone cam, presented by UW Credit Union inside American Family Field on this Friday. Pat Murphy and the squad 1 win away from 60. Brewers, one of the best home records in Major League Baseball. His starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yelich, Churio, Terang, Contreras, Bowers, Mitchell, Pratt, Frelick, and Ortiz round out that starting 9. They get the former Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara. Been tough on the Brewers. He's got 10 wins so far this year, just 5 losses, making his 21st start. First pitch of the night. Jammed foul. Numbers for Alcantara so far this year.
Yeah, he's the leader of this strong Marlins pitching staff. 6'6", 30-year-old right-hander with a big arm and a deep pitch mix. He makes you earn it. He's going to pound the zone, looking for early contact. Brewers have to stay away from the edges and make sure that you pound or hit the mistakes that he does make every once in a while.
Brewers took advantage of 6 walks against Alcantara down in Miami earlier this year. Scored 3 runs against him. And Yelich ahead of the count, 2 balls and a strike.
That's a total anomaly for Sandy Alcantara, those 6 walks last start. And again, he is going to pound the zone, although the Brewers, when they try to implement a plan and execute, can cause some problems for the opposing starting pitcher.
Lands that cutter on the outside corner. Even things up on Yelich. Yelich trying to get himself going. Been a grind for him for the last month. Did homer, drive in 5 on the last road trip. Homered into the pool in Arizona, which feels like a year ago. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Maybe that was just the portion of the St. Louis leg of that 3-city trip.
You guys were there for a while. Probably what felt like a month, right?
We were there in St. Louis for a month, and then 2 other cities to go along with it. Great to be back. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball. So Yelich gone on strikes.
Hey, let's check out that Miller time game plan for tonight against Sandy Alcantara. You have to keyhole Sandy. So keyhole, that's a verb. Make sure that you look for pitches right in the middle of the zone against him, just like that last one against Christian Yelich, although it did surprise him, that 97-mile-per-hour sinker. Take advantage of those middle mistakes from Alcantara.
Professor Rotino, after a long time away from the booth. Well done. Thanks for the verbiage. Strike 1 on Jackson Chourio.
Well, our producer Brent didn't know what the word keyhole meant, so I had to tell him.
Not just a noun for the actual hole that the key fits into.
Right. Small area.
1 ball, 1 strike. I like it. I like the fact that you could use that as a verb. A lot of words in the English language that can be used in multiple ways. Very versatile. Chourio off the end of the bat, foul. It's 1-2. Chourio on that last trip was 10 for 44. He did homer, drove in 4. Had a good leg in Arizona, but then scuffled heading into the break. 13 home runs. He's the youngest player with 50 homers and 50 stolen bases in franchise history.
Anytime you see Jackson Chourio struggle a little bit, you know he is not that far away, especially with some of the swings that he's been taking. A lot of times just off the end of the bat, or just sliding underneath it a little bit with the barrel. He is close.
Into center. Back a few steps is Marcy in front of the warning track. Two away for Bryce Terang. He finished that end of the first half on a strong note. Current 15-game on-base streak.
Hitting .318 in that streak.
Second on the club with 14 home runs. Remember, he had 18 all of last year. 10 of which came in the month of August, so he's just starting to get into his groove. If last year is any harbinger of what's to come. Ball and a strike on Terang.
Now, when you talk to Bryce Terang and talk about when he is going well, it's when he's staying back a little bit, not drifting too far forward. Every once in a while, he gets a little bit too much onto that front side. As you can see him in his setup, he just kind of presets that weight a little bit on his backside. As you take a look at him from the side, as we look at his numbers, his 15-game on-base streak.
2-1 coming at Terang. Ground ball, second base. 3 up and 3 down go the Brewers. We head to the second inning, off and running in the second half of the season.
Well, the Brewers are back from the All-Star break to begin the second half of the season. 66 6 games left here in the 2026 season, and Pat Murphy happy with where his team stands, but says no one is celebrating in that Brewers clubhouse. 59 wins is a franchise record at the All-Star break. They have a 5-game lead in the division, and Pat Murphy says there's just a certain trust that he has in this group and in this team. He says they care about the standards and the goals, and as long as they care about that, then this team is going to be just fine. And he said, you know, we've put together 59 wins, a franchise record, a historic first half. But he said, you know, no one in the clubhouse says, oh, this is awesome, this is great. No one is celebrating. He said they understand we are still in the thick of it, right? 66 games left, injuries piling up. They've already handled a lot of injuries and adversity in the first half, missing a lot of their position players, now dealing with a slew of pitching injuries to start the second half. But Pat Murphy said, ultimately, this team cares about the standards and the expectations that they have set for themselves, he said, and they are not backing off of those standards.
Pedal to the metal, as always, from Pat Murphy. Haven't accomplished anything yet. Still a lot of meat left on this bone for the season. Logan Henderson jumped down in front of Stowers. He's now had 0-2 on a couple of gems of changeups from Henderson.
And Jeff, no one's going to get complacent in that clubhouse. They play for each other. They compete for each other. They know what's at stake. They got a bunch of young, hungry players who are intense competitors that are in the midst of this season, and hopefully at the end of it, they'll be the last one standing. We'll see. It's been fun so far.
0-2 on Kyle Stowers. Popped it up foul. The other thing, Vinny, is that this roster is so young. We talked about the pitching staff as we came on the air today, but the other part of it is Cooper Pratt, Jackson Chourio now in year number 3, Luis Lara just being called up not too long ago. The youthful energy that is going to be on this roster down the stretch can be fascinating to watch as Stowers hits a towering fly ball fouled on the right field line into the third deck. For the Brewers going into the All-Star break, coming out of the All-Star break, records and what they were. 56 wins a year ago. They were 41-25 out of the break. This has traditionally been a very good second half team. Got him looking. Fastball, and Stowers caught. Second strikeout for Logan Henderson. Again, this is what happened before the All-Star break for the Brewers. 59 wins, most in franchise history. Since April 26th, they've been the best team in Major League Baseball. 22 games over 500. Second best team ERA in Major League Baseball. That's an amazing stat considering how young this roster is in the pitching department, and scoring a ton of runs and not hitting a lot of home runs. But that has been a calling card for the Brewers offense for the last couple of seasons.
Well, the 59 wins is the most remarkable thing for me, and I know it's not necessarily for Murph and even the guys in the clubhouse, because look, they have not played their best baseball at times in stretches, and yet they've still won 59 games. It's been remarkable how they take advantage of other teams' mistakes and just come out night in, night out with a chance to win. I mean, there's been very few games like that last game before the All-Star break where they've gotten blown out. Just every single night they believe and they know they have a chance.
You've played on plenty of teams that have been like that, Vinny, where you show up at the ballpark and you know that the other team just has no chance.
Right.
And this is Major League Baseball, the best of the best. And when you've got your group walking into the clubhouse going, all right, guys, whose turn is it tonight?
Yeah. And even during points of the game where you're down 3 or 4 runs, they know, okay, at what point are we going to put up our big inning to come back and at least make this one close and give us a chance at the end. It's every single night that happens.
Sky high pop-up. Leads out towards right for Frelick for out number 2.
It's not every single night that happens where they have to come back. I'm saying in the games where they know that they're down a few runs, on those particular nights, they know that they have a shot at some point to put up a big inning.
Having Uribe in the back end of that bullpen, tell you the bullpen appreciated the All-Star break. This is the critical time of the season as you get towards the month of August into September. Still a couple weeks left in this month of July. The Brewers are at home essentially for the rest of July. Quick trip out to San Francisco and Anaheim, then back at home to open up August. Conine takes outside. Son of Jeff Conine. When you think of the Marlins, Jeff Conine is usually #1 on your list of guys you think about.
Mr. Marlin, right? Yeah, Jeff Conine near franchise record in home runs hit in a career. He's got around 100 homers for the young franchise in the Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins now.
Jeff was on that original team in 1993. First game ever started by Charlie Huff. I'll never forget that. Knuckleballer was about 104 when he made that start. He wasn't 104, but he looked aged.
Yeah.
Conine pops it up, third base side. That will reach the seats. Andre Dawson, that 93 Marlins team. Brett Barbary, just to name a few.
Yeah. Charles Johnson, was he not the first pick in that? Whenever there's an expansion team in Major League Baseball, there's an expansion draft. He might not have been that first pick, although because I think he was a draft pick by the Marlins. But yeah, they were a winner very quickly in their tenure as a franchise.
Conine takes down and in. Won a World Series in their 4th year of existence. 1997.
Don Smiley was the team president, a Racine native, went to Racine St. Catharines. Yeah, he's now the president of Summerfest. We're going deep cuts here.
Only in the 2nd inning, man. We've got a lot of game left. 3 up and 3 down go the Fish in the 2nd inning, including another strikeout from Logan Henderson.
Join the Brewers July 21st to support Venezuelan earthquake relief efforts. Buy a Unidos por Venezuela game ticket, and 100% of proceeds will go to We Love Foundation for humanitarian support. Plus, you will get a T-shirt. Learn more at brewers.com/Venezuela.
Speaking of Team Venezuela, William Contreras, fresh off another All-Star game. Guys, that bat caught. Got to give his brother a hug in the middle of the game. Wilson put on quite the show during the home run derby. Did you watch the home run derby at all, Vinny?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jordan Walker, that was quite the performance.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Against Kyle Schwarber. Contreras out to right. Conine back to make the catch here short of the warning track. I will give Tim Dillard credit. He did call that Jordan Walker would win the home run derby when we were in St. Louis. He said, you know what, the way he's swinging the bat, he's going to win the home run derby.
Yeah, he's got some pop, and he's changed that swing, and he went ahead. What do you have? 1 out to give, and he ended up rattling off like 5 home runs in a row.
No swings left, but as he continued, because if you had a home run your last swing, you got to keep hitting until you were done.
I did like that format.
I agree. Here's Bowers. Could have been the Brewers representative in the home run derby. He had 18 home runs in the first half. Homered in Pittsburgh, had 3 home runs on that last road trip.
Yeah, he was an all-star snub, definitely, Jake Bowers, but he's not going to care about that. He is ultra focused on winning each pitch, staying present, and it's been working for him. A revamped approach for Jake Bowers, and he's having a career year at age 30.
He has more home runs this season, almost, than he had in his last 3 seasons, 2 seasons prior. Just needs 1 to match his production from the last couple of years with the Brewers. Remember, he missed so much time last year.
I mean, he's my MVP, not named Jacob Mizorowski, right, for the team for the first half so far.
Offensive MVP if you want.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I mean, you could also argue Bryce Terang could be the MVP on the position player side, but where would this team be without Jake Bowers, especially with the injuries that happened to Jackson Churio, Andrew Vaughn, Christian Yelich early on this season? And he's been so consistent in the middle of this lineup.
And he Took it wide for ball 4. Brewers have their first base runner, a 1-out walk, and that's ball 4, presented by Feldco. Again, Alcantara walked 6 against the Brewers back in April as Garrett Mitchell digs in. There were a lot of folks that didn't know if he was going to make the roster out of spring training, and he has been as close to as an MVP on this team too, especially the last month and a half.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's been tearing the cover off the ball. No one's hitting the ball harder than Garrett Mitchell in all of baseball in about the last 6 weeks or so.
Chops this one back to the mound. Alcantara picks it up. Going to be late. Mitchell beat it out. The Brewers are bruising in the second inning.
Walk to Jake Bauers, and then this little tapper in front of the plate, in front of the mound, that Sandy Alcantara cannot make the play on. You watch this spin on this baseball, and it's just going to stop right there. And Alcantara not aggressive enough in going after it, just kind of worried about that spin. And Garrett Mitchell, not only can he hit the ball hard, but he can really run. One of his 5 tools, Garrett Mitchell beats it out.
Wire Cam brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. He was 4.12 seconds, including a swing. Pratt, slow roller foul. It was 30.5 feet per second running up that first base line.
Yeah, not too many guys get over 30 feet per second when StatCast measures that for foot speed. Garrett Mitchell is one of very few guys in all of Major League Baseball that can get over that mark.
Pratt facing the Marlins for the first time ever. And I think he got hit. Home plate umpire Nick Marley saying no, and Pat Murphy holding up a hand saying maybe it did clip him. Sounded like it got something before it hit the catcher's glove.
Yeah, maybe jersey. I wonder if there's going to be enough evidence.
Not enough.
Yeah, Cooper Pratt's not going to be a guy that turns and says that hit me unless it actually did. Let's take a look. That's on a changeup. Boring in on him.
If it did, it grazed his jersey, but not by much. Pratt ground ball to third. They go to second for 1, on to first. High throw, safe is Pratt. Taylor made double play written all over it. A high throw from Edwards from second.
Yeah, Xavier Edwards, a really sure-handed second baseman playing the Keystone for the Miami Marlins. Not able to turn this. Pretty good feed right here, and a quick feed from Sanoa. Had plenty of time, but just too high of a throw. You can see he just made the pivot. Didn't take a step, just made that pivot and then sailed the throw a little bit, pulled Kyle Stowers off the base.
And he continues for Sal Frelick. Homered in Pittsburgh. It was his first home run since the end of April. It was not a great trip to Arizona, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh, except for that home run. Was 4 for 31 for Sal after a great month of June. And he pops this one into shallow left. Long run, and it will be caught by Otto Lopez, the shortstop. Coming out of nowhere, sliding and making the catch and taking a run off the board. Otto Lopez, the all-star, not just a hitter, flashing the leather and saving a run for the Marlins in this second inning. Looking across Brewers Boulevard on our drone cam. UW Credit Union drone cam. Great night for a ball game. So clear out a little in the area. Jacob Marcy leads off, and it's a high fly fouled in the right field line off the Brewers front office and on top of the front office.
It's a bomb.
Matt Arnold's office over there. Just a long strike. Definitely in the front row up there as Marcy got jammed, popped it up into shallow right for Bryce Terang. 2 pitches, 1 away. It's a base hit by Otto Lopez is all for Logan Henderson tonight.
Yeah, velocity a little bit up for Logan Henderson. He's pitching a little bit more to the to the edges. He's got a lot of room for error. What does that mean? So he can miss his spot because he's got such good deception on that fastball, and hitters in the back of their mind are worried about that changeup.
Joe Mack, the top catching prospect in the Marlins organization, got called up right after the Brewers saw the Marlins. Hitting .245. Former compensation #1 pick in 2021. New York kid originally, and Mack swings and misses at that changeup. He is a outstanding defensive catcher.
Yeah, you talk to the Marlins people around this organization for the Miami Marlins, and they credit the turnaround of the season for this from this 23-year-old catcher, high school draft pick, which is the hardest demographic to make it in the major leagues. But this kid has turned around their starting pitching staff, third in all of baseball since he's been called up in terms of starting pitcher ERA.
He swings and misses at that changeup, and Henderson with his third strikeout.
Look, these are the kinds of swings that Logan Henderson gets on that changeup. Look at that. 83 miles per hour, has tremendous arm speed, so it looks like a fastball out of the hand. They call that selling the pitch. And then he's got that rotation on it that provides a lot of lateral movement to that pitch. Again, one of the best changeups in the entire sport.
Javier Sanoa digs in. Plays everywhere for this Marlins team. Tonight he's over at third base. He is a tough out. And takes ball 1. He had a couple of at-bats back in April in their series in Miami. One including a 2-run single on a ball that was in the left-handed batter's box. Turn it into a 2-run single.
He's got a fan in the opposing dugout, and his name is Pat Murphy. He just feels like a ball player, feels like a Brewers type of a guy. Very difficult to strike out.
For perspective, he's playing in his 215th career game. He has struck out 66 times. That's it. Also doesn't walk very much. He just puts the ball in play.
Pretty aggressive in the zone. 49 plate appearances without a strikeout.
1-2 from Henderson. And a ground ball to second. Terang takes care of it. Another 3 up and 3 down inning on just 9 pitches from Logan Henderson.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's.
At American Family Field, the second half officially underway, so it's our time now to check in with Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger. And Rick, first of all, we're just happy to have a game underway here tonight with the weather, the smoke, and the fires across the country. So just the game is underway here, and we're hoping for good weather the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, we got a nice breeze. Obviously, this morning it was kind of a little nerve-wracking for us, but Mother Nature cooperated, and the air is much better. Obviously not perfect, but much better. Right now, the game's for Saturday and Sunday on as scheduled. If anything changes, we're working with Major League Baseball and we'll let the fans know. But right now, plan on being here tomorrow at 3:10 and on Sunday at 1:10.
Well, and tomorrow afternoon at 3:10, a Brandon Woodruff bobblehead, and it's a unique one. It's very cool for fans that are coming to tomorrow's game.
Yeah, the baseball card bobblehead. I wish he was pitching, but obviously he's on the shelf, but still a fan favorite. First 25,000 fans get the bobblehead. And then a week from tonight, we've got the alumni baseball game. So 30 former Brewers players coming to town, have a 3-inning game, a 3:10 start against the Rockies, then a 3-inning game with Brewers alums. I know they're focused, they're competitive. And Doug, Melvin, and Gordash are going to be picking the teams. Brawny, Jenkins, Ben Sheets, Giovanni Gardo, a lot of great Brewers here. It'll be a lot of fun.
It should be a lot of fun, and the home run derby last year was such a great success. Jeff and Vinny, so they're hoping for more of the same here. The Alumni Legends game, again, representing the decades of Miller Park and American Family Field here. So tickets still available, but you're expecting a sold-out crowd for that one.
Yeah, we've got a few tickets left for tomorrow, some on Sunday, some good availability for the Mets. We expect the next weekend games to be sold out.
All right, Rick, thanks so much for the time. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks so much. That alumni game's going to be great. That home run derby was a rousing success last year. Again, post game, 3 innings. Giovanni Gallardo, Ben Sheets, Tim Dillard's going to be available to pitch, I believe. I mean, we thought he might be available in that last series in Pittsburgh too, but he's got eligibility.
Yeah, I wish I was playing in that and get a base hit off Dillard, because he's one of the few guys that I could get a hit off of late in my career. Sidearm righty, just beach balls coming in. Anyway,
I know that the text chain between a lot of the alums going on is featuring a ton of trash talk at the moment. So that's good. It's even existing in our team text, so that's fun, even though we're not playing in it.
I gotta imagine. There's Dilly getting his arm loose, getting it ready.
What's he eating? Is that nachos? What's he got? Nachos Belgrande?
I don't think they serve those here, but
he can make his own.
He usually knows when the camera's on him. He didn't right there.
No earpiece in at the moment. Swing and a miss by Yelich. Second strikeout for Alcantara. Second time he's got Yelich. And they mentioned the Brandon Woodruff bobblehead too. That's coming up tomorrow. Again, Brandon Woodruff on the bench there. This is the bobblehead that's coming up tomorrow. It's a good one. Coming out of the baseball card. He's proud of it because it's him as a hitter and not as a pitcher.
His home run, right, against
Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw in the playoffs in 2018.
NLCS Game 1. I mean, if I hit one playoff home run in the course of my career and it's off of Kershaw, yeah, I want a bobblehead.
Yeah, that is a cool looking. But that one's mine, by the way. This one.
No, it's not.
This one will end up back home with me.
Ground ball to short. Otto Lopez handles. And the Brewers go in order. 9-pitch inning from Sandy Alcantara. Little fashion pitchers duel going through 3. Nothing sounds better on a hot night than a scoop of fresh frozen custard from Culver's, especially when it's free. Brewers struck out a batter in the 3rd inning. Visit culvers.com/Brewers. Sign into delicious rewards. Redeem your free scoop of fresh frozen custard with any order through tomorrow at participating Wisconsin Culver's locations. Liam Hendricks digs in and takes a strike. Liam Hicks, rather. Liam Hendricks is a pitcher. Liam Hicks is the catcher in DH today for the Marlins. And call a time after a called strike. We saw Jordan Walker in the series of St. Louis. He's been doing this for the last couple of years, using his timeout as soon as the pitcher comes set with 2 strikes. Picking up Hicks doing that after he takes a first pitch strike.
Yeah, these guys got their rhythms. And without fail doing that.
Strike 2 on Hicks. Struck out in the 1st inning on a fastball. One of 3 strikeouts so far from Logan Henderson. Popped him up. Right near short. Cooper Pratt. Out number 1 in this 4th inning. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This is the Otto Lopez hot zone. That's a lot of red right there. And then you go up and in. Still pretty red. Looks like, Vinny, if you're going to try and get him out, you got to go up and away outside the strike zone.
He will chase down below the zone or up and away, but he doesn't really swing all that often up there. Where do you get this guy out? I mean, he's one of the best. You know, for average wise, he is the best hitter in all of baseball, leading Luis Arraez now especially after that first hit. A couple more points to that batting average, leading Luis Arraez now by 6 points in that category. Yeah, don't tell me batting average doesn't matter anymore. You get a guy like this who can really put the bat on the ball, hit line drives. I mean, just wreaks havoc against opposing pitching staffs.
Otto Lopez batting average by pitch. Loves hitting heaters. And he took a changeup for a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Some pitcher's pitches here from Logan Henderson.
Yeah, he's got really good feel for that pitch. He's commanding the changeup tonight. Keeping the Marlins off balance, throwing fastballs when they're looking for changeups, and then vice versa.
1-2 on Lopez. And it's low. Good changeup. Henderson doing a great job getting ahead, especially getting 2 strikes on hitters.
He's 8 of 11 on getting to 2 strikes against the 11 batters that he's faced.
Just low with a fastball.
Nick Marley looked like he flinched a little bit, wanted to ring him up. Good no challenge right there by William.
3-2 fouled away. I tell you, Henderson in this sequence has thrown some outstanding pitches to Otto Lopez.
Yeah, if you want to get this guy out the way he's swinging the bat right now, you have to make quality pitches every single time the ball leaves your hand.
Liner down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Frelick into the corner. Lopez rounds first. He's headed for second. The throw, not a good one. It's a double for Otto Lopez. Not sure they would have had a chance on Lopez anyway. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that is just really frustrating as a pitcher and as a catcher. How do you get this guy out? You go ahead and throw a fastball that he's late on at 94, maybe a little bit of a mislocation, wanted it up a little bit, but he just kind of slashes it right down that right field line for an easy double with 1 out for the Marlins. Kind of came out funny if sat Frelick's hand right there.
Not sure he had a good grip on that baseball. So a runner in scoring position for the first time for Miami. For Xavier Edwards, just sprays the ball all over the place as Lopez. Edwards bunts third base side. It's a foul ball. Opens up a strike 1 on Xavier Edwards, who hit into an inning-ending double play in the first. You see how this Marlins team goes about their at-bats, and you're almost looking in a mirror if you're the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, they don't chase outside the zone. They walk a lot and they don't strike out. I mean, it's essentially exactly what the Brewers do in their lineup. They acquire players that have those attributes, that put the ball in play and know the strike zone. Peter Bendix is their general manager, coming from the Tampa Bay Rays. So is Matt Arnold. So clearly they have kind of a similar game plan and put together a roster.
Marlins have always traditionally been great in developing pitchers, acquiring young pitchers. For the offensive guys, it's taken some time for them to cultivate offensive players within the organization. You got to go back to the Yelich, Osuna, Stanton era, essentially.
Yep.
It's been a decade. They're on the way for the Marlins. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, and that missed, and Contreras did not pull the trigger on that challenge. Half the baseball was in the zone. And Contreras says that's my bad.
Yeah, anytime it's a crossfire as a catcher, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, was that in the zone? Crossfire meaning he missed the location a little bit across the plate.
Changeup fouled away, and the at-bat continues for Xavier Edwards.
It's got to get to be psychological, right, for William Contreras, Gary Sanchez, for any catcher really in Major League Baseball, and trying to figure out this challenge system, when to do it. If it's an egregious miss, which you could argue that one was, you got to pull the trigger.
1-2 fouled away, and now it's costing Henderson a couple of extra pitches too.
Right. I tell you, it would be hard not to get emotional back there, and you're trying to help a pitcher through an appearance if he's struggling. Clearly, Logan Henderson not struggling.
He's up to 15 pitches in this inning already. Long sequence with Lopez, now Edwards. Another foul ball. Another tough guy to strike out in Xavier Edwards. Just 48 strikeouts this year, 354 at-bats. foul. So it's costing Henderson a few extra pitches after that failed challenge attempt. This will be pitch number 8 in this sequence.
50 walks and only 48 strikeouts for Xavier Edwards. That's kind of unheard of in today's day and age, to have more walks than punch-outs. Very few guys are able to do that. As you think about it, the guys that don't strike out, Jeff, are the guys that swing early, put the ball in play, are super aggressive, expand the zone. This kid, a consistent quality at bats for Xavier Edwards.
He's thrown 15 pitches to the last 2 hitters. And he's going to go full on Edwards. With Stowers on deck. Not the guy you want to face when you're grinding. 3-2 on Xavier Edwards. And a ground ball off the glove of Henderson over to Pratt. Over to third goes Lopez, but the battle won by Henderson. Now a quick message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
Contreras with a smart timeout here before the sequence begins with Stowers.
The last start for Logan Henderson, he was excellent against the St. Louis Cardinals. Just 76 pitches, though, and I thought he ran out of gas just a little bit. Remember, that was his first start back after 7 weeks on the shelf with that low back strain. So after a long couple of sequences against both Otto Lopez and Xavier Edwards, Contreras slows him down a little bit, gives him a breather. Smart move by William.
20 pitch inning, 15, I should say 17 to each of the last 2 hitters combined. Deal with Stowers, who struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. A steady diet of changeups in that at bat. Opens up with the first pitch, cutter for strike 1. Trying to get through this 4th inning unscathed. Stowers jammed, Terang, tough play with a spin, he got him. That's platinum right there. A Corona kid. Bryce Terang makes a platinum play, and he takes a run off the board for the Miami Marlins. Bryce Terang getting ready to hit as we start the bottom half of inning number 4, and from one Corona High School grad to another one we've got in the booth as Terang takes outside. Trey Ebel, number 1 pick by the Brewers this year, number 25 overall. Welcome to the Milwaukee Brewers. You signed a contract earlier today. Have your feet hit the ground yet?
They have, yes.
Okay.
I'm super blessed, and you know, it's so great to be here, and you know, it makes it even better having Brady in an organization, and you know, the Ebel brothers, man, this is awesome. It's a blessing, and it's so good for my family, so I'm super excited and blessed.
Trey, what's it like right now? Are you envisioning someday you and your brother playing up the middle here at American Family Field?
That's all I do, man. And you manifest it, you visualize it, and you know, you just work, you know, see how much better you can get, and you know, hopefully in a few years, me and Brady are, you know, in the infield and helping our team win a World Series championship.
When you and Brady were growing up, this is one's out to left by Terang. Did Brady always take short and he made you play second, or did you guys go back and forth at all?
Yeah, Brady was always at shortstop, and I kind of just went over to second, and you know, it's great. You know, I learned how to play every position, and you know, even in high school, my sophomore year and junior year, Billy Carlson was at short, and Brady was at third, and I went over to second. But it was great to learn from those guys, and I got tremendously better just by, you know, watching them, taking ground balls with them. You know, you take your level of playing to a different level really quick. So it's been great.
What was it like for you to be on the field earlier today? It's not like you haven't taken batting practice on a Major League field before, but I mean, wearing the Brewers uniform for the first time. What was that like for you today, being surrounded by the big leaguers?
Yeah, it was amazing. When I walked into that locker room and started meeting everybody and saw Terang, it kind of sunk in and hit me like, wow, this is really happening. So talk to Pat Murphy, and just it's great people. And taking BP with Bowers, that was amazing. So it just makes me want to work 10 times harder, and get to the big leagues and stay here and win a World Series. That's the goal. That's the dream. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait to go back to Arizona and get to work and start my career.
It's going to come up next week.
Yeah, and Trey, having that pedigree, right? Your dad being the third base coach for the Angels and now the Dodgers, right? And just growing up basically in a big league clubhouse. I mean, that gives you it provides an opportunity for you not to be overwhelmed once you get here, right? That's kind of the idea. I mean, just talking to you, you're not even going to be 18 until late September, right? And so you look and feel like you're already a big leaguer the way you're carrying yourself. That was so impressive, your batting practice earlier today, staying inside the ball but also launching balls out to left field. You hit 9 home runs in high school, and your brother only hit 2. Now, do you throw that in his face a little bit?
All the time, yeah. I give all the credit to Terang and Keith Corey, our trainer. And, me and Terang, we went hard in the offseason 5 times a week. And, Keith is great. I mean, it's not the training, it's the trainer. Being with the right trainer and got me so strong. And then when I went to the game, just balls started coming off hotter. And, 9 home runs later. And it was great. It was awesome.
What was that moment like when you were talking with Murph? He usually gives guys a bad time. Did he give you a bad time?
No. He was super respectful and so pumped to have me and Brady in the organization. And he knows we carry ourselves well. And he knows we're ready to go play. So he was just giving me some advice of being a team guy and helping the team win, being a great teammate. That's the most important thing. So I took it all in. It was great.
So you were taken ahead of your brother Brady in the draft. I mean, that's Thanksgiving fodder for years, isn't it?
No, it was great. Yeah, it was amazing, and like I said, being both picked by the Brewers, I don't know if it's ever happened before in back-to-back drafts, which is amazing. So
you guys had such a cool moment when you were taken, and I'm sure you had an idea. The Brewers said, "Hey, listen, if you're there 25, we're going to take you." They take you. But there's a moment after you get drafted, you're FaceTiming with your brother.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a powerful moment for you, too.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he didn't know. So I told him on pick, or when Brewers were on the clock, I didn't think I was going to get picked by the Brewers. And I told Brady, I said, hey, I don't think it's going to work out. So he hangs up, and, I get picked, and that was his reaction. And then he hopped on the phone with me, and I saw him starting to cry, and then it got me, and I started crying. But that was probably one of my favorite moments, was FaceTiming him and seeing him like that. That was great.
You guys will never forget that. That is so cool. And who were the scouts that were really involved in you getting drafted? I know Corey Rodriguez was big time. Yeah.
Obviously Todd, James Armstrong, Matt Roffey, those guys, they saw me since I was 13.
Yeah.
I've been playing with the Brewers organization since I was 13, and they've seen me progress and see how much better I've gotten, and I'm just glad it all worked out.
Explain to the viewers what that means, the area code games, right?
Yeah, so area code select down in SoCal. It's a big tournament every single year that goes on. Best high school kids. And it's just the Brewers have the SoCal kids, and that's how I got picked and just developed on that team.
There's been a lot of guys coming out of Southern California that have been big-time Brewers. That is a foul ball by Bowers, just barely foul. Speaking of Southern California kids from Huntington Beach, not drafted by the Brewers, but he's been a heck of a Brewer for the last 3 years. I mean, that Southern California, when Vinny talks about hitting 9 home runs, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but the competition that you guys face year in and year out, you guys are playing baseball every single day.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's great. I mean, we face some good competition, and I hit 9 homers, but my favorite stat was I only swung a miss 3 times.
Three?
3 times.
Come on.
Yeah, I value that pretty good, and just understanding my swing, the routine, it got me into a good position, and it took away swing and miss. I controlled the zone better, and I hit for more power, so that was awesome. Wow.
So this has been a heck of a week for you. You get drafted a week ago. You get on a plane. You head to Philadelphia to hang out with Pops. Whoa, back goes flying and gets stuck up in the net. Well, we're going to have to create an apparatus to get that thing down. We've seen that before. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had that happen to him in this ballpark last year. Bauer's gone on strikes. He'll get that thing back. This doesn't happen in high school. You got chain link fences all over the place.
That would fly right down.
And take a look at this bat go flying, helicoptering into the net, and it ain't coming down for a while.
Can we get a stat cast on that? Javelin throw. It's Garrett Mitchell, another Southern California kid out of Orange Lutheran and UCLA.
And Trey, talk about that high school team that you were on last year. What is that? 4 guys drafted now in the first round. That's kind of insane. How many guys too could have probably got drafted in the top 5 rounds that decided to go to college?
Murphy went to college, and Ethan Bingham's tearing it up at Auburn. So I've gotten tremendously better just being around those type of guys. I mean, 4 first-rounders in 2 years, that's pretty great.
Billy Carlson, right,
yes,
with the White Sox. Seth Hernandez with the Pirates, and then you two, the Evil Brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's insane.
I've gotten so much better, and I wouldn't be in this position without those type of guys.
What are those live ABs like against a guy like Seth Hernandez?
Yeah, he owns me, so if Seth hears this, just know I'm coming for him one day.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it. And we talked about, so this week you're going to get the weekend off. You're going to go back out to Southern California. And then when is report date to Arizona?
Tuesday. I'm going to drive up there on Tuesday. Okay. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait to get to work.
So what was it like, your dad obviously with the Anaheim Angels. Did you take batting practice and stuff with Mike Trouts of the world and all that growing up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Trout. And we used to play a game in spring training in Tempe. It was Pujols and Trout, and there was a cage in right field. And there would be bullseyes at the top right and top left. And whoever hit it the most times got a signed bat from Trout and Albert. So me and Brady got bats with Pujols and Trout signatures on it in our house. And, those little things like that, they were teaching us to stay inside the ball and drive it the other way. But we didn't know that. Yeah. It was just a game. So they made it fun for us. And as we got older, man, I still talk to Trout this day. I mean, he's cool. I look at him as a bigger brother. Like, he's amazing. He gives me bats. Anything I need, I just call him, and he's got me. So I saw him at the All-Star game, and it was amazing to catch up with him. He's one of my favorite players.
They would have given you bats no matter what, but you had to earn those things.
Yeah,
that makes it even better.
No doubt.
It makes it even better. It's so cool. Anybody on the Dodgers that you've kind of got close to since your dad's been with LA?
Yeah, I mean, Mookie and Kike.
Yeah.
Kike, I'm really close with Kike. He's great. We're both signed with Adidas, so after the World Series in 24, I go into the clubhouse, it's parade day, and I look inside my dad's locker, and I'm sitting in my dad's locker, and Kike comes and just throws a big, heavy box at me, and I look inside, and there's 30 pairs of cleats and shoes. So, I use those for the whole high school season in the summer, so.
One per game. You could use a new pair of cleats per game.
Billy Mays Hayes, right? Every time you steal a bag, you're going to use new batting gloves. That's pretty cool. I bet that text chain with Kike can be interesting.
Oh, yeah. He's a character. Yeah, I love him. You never know what he's going to say.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Cooper Pratt, another young kid in this Brewers organization. Now, you guys, you and your brother Brady, you guys are going to be built-in roommates, aren't you? Or are you going to live somewhere else? What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, next spring we already planned on living with each other, so that'll be fun.
Who's the cleaner one of you two?
Maybe Brady. We're both pretty clean.
Okay.
Yeah. I was joking around with Brady after I got drafted. Brady was like, hey, I got the master bedroom. And I was like, hold on. I got picked higher. Like, I earned that.
All right. Play that card. Play that card as much as you can.
But, I mean, it don't matter. As long as we're with each other and playing with each other, that's all that matters.
That's so cool.
I'm sure Dad is just sky high right now, right?
Oh, yeah. He's feeling amazing. It's a dream come true, for his 2 kids to be, not only on the same team, but drafted in the first round. And I know he's feeling super blessed right now.
You're given the term, the phrase playing with your brother some baseball in the backyard, new meaning, right?
Yeah, no doubt. A dream come true.
So fun. It's just, what's the day been like for you and your family today?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I woke up and, had some breakfast and then came here and did my signing and then went down to the clubhouse, met everybody. Terang took me in right away and we went to go hit in the cage and then came out, hit with Bowers, took some ground balls. So it's been amazing.
Did they let you keep the pen?
No.
They didn't let you keep the pen?
No.
Of all the things?
They gave me a jersey, though, with my last name on it, so that's pretty sweet.
I guess that works much better than keeping the pen.
How would you describe your game, Trey? How would you describe it?
I mean, I like to say I'm an all-around baseball player, right? Like, I control the zone extremely well. The swing and miss is very low. I drive the ball to gap. There's some pop that's coming in there as I continue to get older. And then on the defensive side, I'm a shortstop, but I can play at every position. Second, third, it don't matter. I've been doing that since I was a young kid, so just being a great teammate. That's the most important thing for me. And I don't like losing. I love to win, and that's my goal. Is to win every single game.
Yeah, you're in the organization to win. Trey, congratulations,
Thank you so
man.
much.
We look forward to seeing you in Arizona.
Congrats, Thank you guys.
That's Trey Ebel, first-round pick of the Milwaukee Brewers, number 25 overall. A day for him and his family to just soak up. And the bat, by the way, still in the net. UW Credit Union drone cam making your way towards American Family Field. A 0-0 game. We play in the 5th, and we've got a new right fielder for the Brewers. So Luis Lara will check in, makes his Milwaukee debut. Came up and made his debut in St. Louis with the Brewers, and now he finally gets to have a home game. It's been quite a time for Luis Lara. Sal Frelick was not in the on-deck area when his spot was set to come up after Cooper Pratt. Lara was on deck, so we'll effort to see what's going on with Sal as Heriberto Hernandez leads it off for the Marlins. Great chatting with Trey Ebel. That kid is just oozing confidence, and he's got talent behind it too.
Authentic confidence, right?
Yeah.
That's not a fake persona right there. That kid knows he's going to be a major leaguer for the Milwaukee Brewers someday, and probably someday soon.
For a strike on Hernandez, it's 1-1.
I tell you, that's half the battle, right? He's got the pedigree, grew up in a big league clubhouse, and you can tell, a lot of those guys, sons of major leaguers or sons of major league coaches, that's kind of how they carry themselves. They're not overwhelmed by this.
That's half the battle, right, Vinny? When you finally show up and you have that opportunity in front of you, not having the moment be too big.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
You just telling a story about taking batting practice with Albert Pujols and Mike Trout.
Yeah, right.
You kidding me?
Yeah, he's not going to be, deer in headlights type when facing Sandy Alcantara for the first time or whoever.
Swing and a miss at the Bugs Bunny changeup from Logan Henderson. His 4th strikeout.
Just filthy changeup right here from Logan Henderson. Never gets to the hitter. 81 miles per hour. That's a good 13, 14 miles per hour off of the fastball. And you can see how frustrated these hitters are just not being able to stay back on that pitch.
Griffin Conine bounced to second base in the 2nd inning and takes it tight. The Brewers made Sandy Alcantara throw 28 pitches in that 4th inning. Threw a couple of walks, a lot of strikeouts, so he's already at 66 pitches for 4. But pitch count never a thing for Alcantara.
And leading Major League Baseball in innings pitched right now. And coming into this game, 130 and 2/3 innings pitched. I was covering 4 innings.
And now the training staff is coming out to go check on Logan Henderson. And William Contreras fired that ball back at Logan Henderson in frustration, and you hope it was just because he was frustrated, not necessarily with an injury thing, but having Lee Meyer come out as well as Chris Hook and Pat Murphy.
You can see the look on Chris Hook's face, like they're dealing with what?
He had some back stiffness. He's had some elbow problems in the past, and you see him saying, "Oh, I'm good." And I believe he's going to get a couple of warm-up tosses here. Contreras going to hustle back behind the plate. See him stretching out those forearms.
You see this last pitch from him. Doesn't quite finish that last pitch, and you can see kind of wiping off his hand, and William, more than anything, I'm sure, is like, not again. I came on in the open. Let's take a look at this last pitch from the side, and again, just doesn't quite through it, and then grips the hand. He has dealt with forearm and flexor tendon issues, or flexor muscle issues, I should say, in that forearm in the past.
He's going to stay in this game for now, so that's a good sign at least. He pitches in the 5th inning, 65 pitches, but now the ears are perked in the Brewers dugout.
Yeah. And vitally important Logan Henderson is to this starting staff from here on for the rest of this season. Got to keep him healthy.
Turns over the changeup, but it's inside. 3-0 on Griffin Conine. There's a strike. And that cutter velocity is typically in that 89-90 range, so he hasn't let the fastball go yet. Foul back by Conine. Another cutter.
Another one at 86.
Certainly keeping our eye on it as the Brewers bullpen starts to stir just a little. Aaron Ashby starting to run. 3-2 on Conine. Foul back. 92 on the fastball.
All right.
Not bad from where he was.
I'm sure Chris Hook is going to be happy with at least seeing something in the low 9s.
See where he goes on pitch number 7 in the sequence. And it's hit out towards right center. Back goes Lara. Still back, and Conine gives the Marlins a 1-0 lead. That was a changeup, and Griffin Conine, it's his 6th home run of the season.
A 398-foot shot by Griffin Conine, and that changeup did not have the action that the other ones have had in this game. Last 3 changeups kind of hung up there in the zone. That one right down the middle, and Griffin Conine keeps his hands back. You see how it just kind of hangs up there. Doesn't have that same fading action to the arm side, and he rips it out of here.
First home run allowed on a changeup in his career.
Wow.
And Chris Hook is coming out, second meeting in his many at-bats. Chad Patrick, the first one to start playing catch in that Brewers bullpen. So 1-0 Marlins in this 5th inning.
Yeah, really the first mistake that Logan Henderson has made in this entire game.
It was the 3rd hit allowed, and the first to somebody not named Otto Lopez.
Right.
So the Brewers down by 1. Jacob Marcy. This time with a cutter did Henderson. You can tell he's fighting it out there. It's 8 days between his last start. At least in this inning, everything was coming easy for him before. This one popped up third base side. Joey Ortiz angling for out number 2.
You'd like to get some length out of Logan Henderson for no other reason than you want to build that pitch count up. 76 pitches last time out. I mentioned that he looked a little bit tired towards the end of that one against the Cardinals. So you're hoping that he can at least get through this 5th inning and maybe even, pitch a little bit into that 6th.
Joe Mack is the hitter. Hits one off the end of the bat to third. Ortiz ranging, and he throws out the catcher. So he recovers after the home run, gets a pop up and a ground out. We're through 4.5 innings. Brewers down by 1.
And a blue moon.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. The Brewers are chasing a run. 1-0 after the home run from Griffin Conine. Sandy Alcantara back to work, and Luis Lara with his first at-bat in the home uniform. Hitting in Sal Frelick's spot, took over in right in the top half of the 5th inning. And the first one from Alcantara misses high. 3 walks so far from Sandy Alcantara. See the numbers thus far for Luis Lara in his 18 plate appearances. Young part of his career. Squares to bunt, takes it inside for a ball.
4 for his first 14 officially at the plate for Lara. And takes a strike on the corner. 4 walks and just 2 strikeouts in his first few ball games. Pitch number 70 from Alcantara. Ground ball, third base side, gloved by Sonora. Throws out Lara.
Hey, think you know the Brew Crew? Put your Brewers knowledge to this test with the Brewers Guess Who giveaway for the first 25,000 fans at the game Saturday, July 25th, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
We got to play the first ever game of Guess Who, Vinny.
I won one, you won one.
Yep, we were even. Even in our games of Guess Who. You won the first one, I won the second one.
I asked, my first question was, is your guy wearing a hat?
You did. That was your first question, Vinny. And spoiler, they're all wearing hats. Every single player in the game is wearing a hat. And Vinny opened up with, is your person wearing a hat? It's a great game. It's a great game. And there are some bonus cards that are in the pack as well that you can look forward to next Saturday. Guess Who? And look, there's Vinny right there. He's kind of pixelated in that shot, but
I'm a character in the game. And
how cool is that?
It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. And you asked, or I asked, and you had me right.
Here's a shot from Ortiz to left. It's back at the wall and gone. Joey Ortiz with another home run, his 4th. We're all tied, 1 apiece. The hot streak continues for Ortiz.
Yeah, how about Joey O tying up this ball game with a big shot to left field? We just got done talking about how this ball is carrying, and Joey Ortiz took advantage a little bit of that jet stream to left and rides that pitch out of there, and it's all tied up at 1.
Looks like we talk about, Vinny. It's almost like your own personal game of Guess Who. Guess who's going to come up big for the Brewers tonight? Well, Joey Ortiz ties it.
And I tell you what, he has been swinging a hot bat. He's been coming up big as of late.
Yelich trips one fair inside the bag. Watch Yelich run. He'll have at least a double. And he'll pull on the brakes there. Got out in front of that cutter and ripped it into the corner.
Yeah, got the head out, and this is after a couple of strikeouts by Christian Yelich against Alcantara on the fastball. Yeah, this is a mistake down in the zone on the cutter, and Christian Yelich makes him pay, wraps it around in that corner, gets that head out, down and in, 90-mile-per-hour cutter, and gets it past the diving Kyle Stowers. I tell you, Griffin Konine played this ball well, otherwise Christian Yelich would be standing on third. Another runner in scoring position for the Brewers. Let's see if Chourio can get it done.
Chourio hits it foul. I think he wants that one back. Sinker down in the bottom of the zone. So 2 straight extra base hits against Alcantara. The Brewers answer right back after the Marlins hit the home run in the top half of the inning. And Joey Ortiz, his last 10 games coming in, was hitting .353. And since moving to third base, it's really when he started to take off. Chourio takes outside.
Yeah, just a credit to Joey Ortiz, right? He loses his job at shortstop, and then didn't really have an opening to play every day at third. He's making a case to be the Brewers' everyday third baseman, the way that he is, performing and contributing right now.
Bottom of the zone for a strike with a cutter. Chourio's had a couple of pitches that he has considered challenging. This one was dicey at best. That's by a seam. Isn't it funny sometimes when you look at that graphic? Sometimes the seams are tilted ever so slightly, so it looks like it's a strike. Sometimes.
You think the Hawkeye system can pick that up as how the
yeah.
ball is rotating through?
I think they're doing it just because they're cooking the books. That one's low. Not really. I'm just kidding.
I mean, the technology is kind of crazy at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they could tell how the ball was rotating as it went through that plane.
2-2 on Churio. Pitch number 80 in the game from Alcantara. Close. But it looked like Nick Marley was about ready to pull back on Jackson Churio.
We've seen that a couple of times from him tonight on close pitches. That was a strike. 100 miles per hour.
Swing and a miss, and a sweeper had Churio on his front foot. Bryce Terang coming up, Vinny, and the swing from Terang is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, well, he's got to stay back. This is what happens when Bryce Terang stays back. We're going to take a look at two different swings. When he drifts forward, we're going to draw a line right here at foot strike. And when he is drifting forward, he's going to crash through that line. You see how that upper body crashes through that line, and when he's swinging the bat well, he's staying behind it. That is a thing of beauty when he's doing that, and he can hit any pitch in any count out of the ballpark when he's doing that well.
Most of his home runs going to center, to left. Only a couple of pull home runs this year for Bryce Terang. His game is up the middle, into the opposite field. And took one at the bottom of the zone for a strike.
99 miles per hour from Sandy Alcantara, 83 pitches into this game. And when you talk about ease of operation of how he gets through the ball, it is easy cheese coming out of the hand.
Almost. Joe Mack thought about challenging, decided not to. A couple in this inning that have been very fringy. And in the count, 3-1 is Terang. And that's ball 4, 2 on for Contreras. Fourth walk from Alcantara.
Yeah, the Brewers have been doing this to Sandy Alcantara. 2 starts now against the Milwaukee Brewers. 4 walks in this one, 6 in the start. Back in April. Just doing a good job of making sure that they get pitches that they can handle against the tough righty.
Daniel Moscos out to have a word. And while they have a conversation, a message from Landmark Credit Union.
At Landmark Credit Union, banking made easy means managing your money anytime, anywhere. Whether you're relaxing on the couch or sliding into home plate, our top-rated app is a home run.
William Contreras set to face Alcantara, 86 pitches into his outing. Take a look at our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. Bowers at the top with Terang and Churio, and Contreras trying to join the double-digit club. Sitting on 9 among the team leaders in runs batted in. Did not have a good trip in St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Was just 2 for 21 to finish that road trip. Hits with 2 men on and 2 out against Alcantara. Swing and a miss. Lined out to right in his last at bat.
Okay, last 14 games for William. Just 8 for his last 53. Looking to break out of it right here.
And he's down to the count 0-2. Contreras just 1 out of 12 lifetime against Alcantara. Plenty of base runners. Popped up first base side. Stowers out of room. A lot of pitchers from Alcantara in this inning. 24th pitch of the inning. Get foul off the end of the bat.
Another 100-mile-per-hour fastball. That was a 4-seam fastball top rail, a little bit off the plate, but Contreras protecting.
Time called by William Contreras just in the last moment. Nick Marley getting out of dodge. And time was granted by the home plate umpire. That was late.
Very late time call and granted by Marley. Sometimes you just have a thought, okay, I gotta bail out of this batter's box right now. Give me some time, and he got it.
For a fastball before the timeout. See what he comes back with. The 0-2. Hit it foul. He went cutter.
Very interesting right there, Jeff, because the Miami Marlins call pitches from the dugout. And so you wonder, did they change the pitch call? It's the same count. It's the same sequence. It's as if that other pitch didn't exist. But they did change it up, went to the cutter.
Another 0-2 coming. Chopper right back to the mound. Alcantara has it. Side retired. Brewers get one on the home run by Joey Ortiz. We're all tied 1 apiece at the end of 5 innings in Milwaukee. It was a changeup, and Ortiz went down and got it.
Applebee's 2 for 20.
For every Brewers RBI, Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours equivalent to $250 of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. RBI on the home run by Joey Ortiz, and we've got a Gruber Law Office's one call, that's all call to the bullpen. Chad Patrick, the first man out of the bullpen for Pat Murphy today, on in relief in the 6th inning of Logan Henderson.
A pitch in game 1 of the doubleheader against the Pittsburgh Pirates. 18 pitches in an inning of work. Looking to kind of pick up where he left off in the first half. Had an excellent first half. Couple of hiccups along the way, but he is looking to finish strong, and it starts right here against the Marlins. Bottom of the order in Sanoa.
Sanoa leads it off, bounced to second base first time up, and a swing and a miss from Sanoa on that 4-seam fastball from Chad Patrick. Brewers bullpen springs into action again. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
A little bit of a rested Chad Patrick. Some good 97 and 98 back-to-back fastballs at the top of the zone.
Missed away with the cutter. That one at 92. This is where Sanoa gets tough. Sequencing there from Chad Patrick, some variation of the fastball. Cutter, sinker, 4-seamer. Tapper out in front of the mound. Tough play. Patrick. Underhand flip, and he gets Sanoa. 1 up and 1 down. The Brewers find the injury bug on the mound, but maybe some signs of good coming. Check in with Sophia downstairs. What do you got for the injury report?
Yeah, a lot happening with this Brewers pitching staff. Our Freighter and Medical College of Wisconsin injury report. We start with DL Hall, who yesterday threw a 20-pitch live BP. The team had an optional workout yesterday. DL participated on that. Hopes to go on a rehab assignment next week. That is trending for good news for him. The left pec injury for DL Hall. And then you saw Kyle Harrison on the list as well. 2 short starts for him on the road trip in Arizona and then in St. Louis. Was placed on the injured list with left forearm. Just irritation and inflammation there, but he has also been playing catch the last 2 days, guys, so he's trending in the right direction as well. So Jacob Mizorowski, no injury there for him, but he was shut down from that final start in Pittsburgh. Would have been that matchup against Paul Skeens. Just a little bit of fatigue considering his workload, 17 starts. Obviously did not pitch in the All-Star game, but Miz is feeling good, and he will likely pitch in the upcoming Met series.
Starting Monday through Wednesday. Thank you, Sophia. Those are all good signs from the Brewers and their pitching staff. 0-2 on the leadoff hitter, Liam Hicks. For Mizorowski, it'll be about 2 weeks between starts for him. not a bad thing. We came on the air today talking about the workload for these pitchers. They're going to fly by all their career innings over the course of single season innings marks. Ground ball through the right side for Hicks. 2-strike base hit. It's important for the Brewers to take these little stretches when they can. They give their pitchers extra days.
Yeah, you got to make sure that Jacob Misiorowski is not only healthy all season long, but just optimally pitching, at his best once September and October hit. I mean, if you plan on, going for this whole thing and winning the World Series, I mean, it's going to ride on the right arm of that guy right there in Jacob Misiorowski, the best pitcher on the planet. So you got to make sure that he is ready and healthy to pitch deep into October. And this stretch right here is an opportunity to limit those innings a little bit. 141 and a third innings last year between AAA, the big leagues, and the playoffs. He's going to certainly fly by that.
This year already at 111. This was entering today. Where she could add 5 innings to Logan Henderson's tab right there. Brewers will have Sproat and Drowan the rest of this series. And then figure it out for the Mets series, yet to be determined. I think I said Sproat. Gasser is going on Sunday. My apologies.
Yeah.
And Vinny was looking at me like I had 7 heads. My apologies. Drowan, Gasser. Next 2 days. Thank you, Vinny.
You had me second guessing myself right there. I thought it was Gasser, Drowan.
Could flip those, the order there. I know it's been 4 days. We haven't really been in baseball mode. Vinny's been off since good Lord knows when, since June.
Been a couple of weeks.
1-2 on Otto Lopez. 2 hits tonight and a check swing foul.
You miss me. I know.
I did miss you. I did miss you. I missed beating you in cribbage like I did today. An epic comeback, by the way.
Here we go.
Epic comeback.
It was.
You had 1 peg to go, and I got you.
I had 2 points to get, and then you had, what, 12? You counted first, and you beat me. Am I still up in the season series, though?
Just by 2, yes.
2 games, okay.
You were up 8-0.
I think I knew I was up. I just wanted you to say it on the air.
I know I'm down by 2. It's an epic comeback on both ends in today's game and in the season series. 2 more in the series with Miami 2. Lopez ground ball. This could be 2. Terang goes to Pratt. That's 1 on the first. Late. Lopez scooting down that first baseline, beat it out. Ball not hit very hard. Took a shot off the mound. Slowed down the progress.
And just off the end of the bat as well, a little bit out in front on that swing, and that's what allowed Otto Lopez to scoot down the line and beat this double play out. Pratt and Terang doing all they can to complete and execute this double play. Just got out of the box really quickly, gets to his top speed and beats it.
Chris Hook is coming out. Chat with Chad Patrick. You got Xavier Edwards at the plate. Kyle Stowers, a left-hander, is on deck. That may be for Aaron Ashby, who's ready in the Brewers bullpen. And maybe the calculus in this mound visit is, hey, you got 1 more guy, go finish your job.
Going over the scouting report of Xavier Edwards, a really tough out.
By the way, they got that bat down out of the net. Took a couple of innings to do it, but the bat is down from Jake Bauers at bat in the bottom of the 4th inning.
How'd they get it down? I didn't even see. Did Schauger get up there?
Nobody got up there. They just did a lot of shaking and throwing some stuff at it. I remember a couple of years ago when Guerrero did it, Phil Rosowitz, the clubhouse manager on the visiting side, built an apparatus to get it down.
I remember that.
Coat hangers and things of that nature. Pitch to Xavier Edwards is a strike. 95 on the fastball. Guy who just hammers heaters over the course of his season.
Hitting .352 against fastballs with a .536 slugging percentage. Gotta be careful and locate that pitch if you're going to throw it.
Swing and a miss. Contreras thought about throwing behind Otto Lopez. It's 0-2. Tight game between these two teams. That's nothing new. These two teams have split each of their last 22 games since the beginning of the 2023 season. Oh-2 coming. Even going back to the 2021 season, the Marlins have a one-game advantage over the Brewers in that time span.
Tough group. Yeah, now more than ever. Last couple of seasons, the Marlins have come alive.
1-2. Got him looking, and a challenge from Edwards. This is going to be close. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it just missed.
I don't think the seams had anything to do with this, but it just missed by 0.2 of an inch just off that corner.
Maybe a high school baseball with the seams.
Yeah, maybe.
Not a big league ball. 2-2. That just missed with the cutter. A little further away. Full count. Lopez will run with the pitch. And what is Patrick's last batter more than likely? 3-2. Runner goes, and a bouncer foul. Do it again. 98 down and in on Edwards. With sink.
A nasty late sinking fastball from Chad Patrick. I certainly don't want to try and get too cute and, you know, walk him with Stowers on deck. You don't want to lay it right in there either.
There's the payoff. Fouled it away. Back-to-back heaters on that inside corner to Edwards.
Chad Patrick's been so good ever since he's been up here with the big league team last couple of seasons, is making big pitches in big spots. This is one of those spots right here.
Pitch number 8 in the sequence. There's Stowers waiting next. Lopez takes off. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He just blew a heater by Edwards. Chad Patrick gets out of it. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bowers to lead it off in a 1-1 game.
For 200. We're back at American Family Field, and join us as BCF celebrates the 50th anniversary of Hank Aaron's last season and final home run, number 755, during the July 17th through July 20th home games by purchasing your collectible Hank Aaron tribute pin and card set at tables located near gate entrances. These proceeds will support the Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream Fund through the Greater Milwaukee Foundation. And Monday is the 50th anniversary of home run number 755. We'll be celebrating that here on Monday night when they welcome in the New York Mets. And guys, a quick update for you. Sal Frelick, he left the game in the 4th inning. Luis Lara took over for him. Brewers announced it is right shoulder soreness for Sal Frelick.
Thank you, Sophia. Hopefully nothing more than just the soreness there for Sal.
Yeah, we thought that ball came out funny when he was throwing it on that double by Otto Lopez earlier in the game. That's the reason. He's okay.
Bowers fouls it away against Alcantara. Bowers searching for his first ever hit against Alcantara. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk. He is 0 for 15 at lifetime against Alcantara. Workhorse pitching into the 6th inning. No surprise. Nobody loosening in the bullpen either. He's been into the 6th inning every start since May 5th. And at least 5 2/3 twice. That's the fewest innings. As Bowers swings and misses. Bat almost flew out of his hand again. 6th strikeout for Alcantara. Now a quick message from Aurora Healthcare.
1, 2, 3.
How does it feel?
amazing. One of my best days ever.
It's Garrett Mitchell. On base twice, a walk and an infield single. Not a lot of hits for either team today. Both runs scoring on solo homers. Joey Ortiz for Brewers, Griffin Conine for the Marlins. 2-0 on Mitchell.
Sandy's season high for pitches is 109. That was back on June 23rd against the Texas Rangers in Miami.
It's fouled away.
He is that ace of this staff, and he is going to have a lot of influence on whether or not he comes out of games. He's completed 8 innings 4 times this season. That's by far the most in all of baseball, as you see the bullpen heat up.
All the way. I don't think he's going to complete 8 innings tonight. Bullpen moving for the Marlins, and Alcantara already over 100 pitches tonight.
He goes deep into games because he gets ground balls, gets early contact. The Brewers have made him work tonight.
3-2 on Garrett Mitchell.
If you can knock him out right here in this 6th inning, that's going to be a win, certainly for this offense, especially with how well he's pitched these last 7 starts for Alcantara.
Struck him out, chased a fastball off the outside corner. Back-to-back Ks for Alcantara. In the driver's seat, brought to you by Hyundai. Cooper Pratt, first 15 games this year. Remember, had a great first week, and then first road trip was not. Toyota game reset, a 1-1 game, pair of solo homers. Griffin Conine, Joey Ortiz, Logan Henderson, 5 innings of 1-run ball, struck out 4. And the Brewers go to the bullpen again after Chad Patrick threw a scoreless 6th. Aaron Ashby will get the 7th inning. First appearance since game number 1 of the doubleheader in Pittsburgh, where he gave up the go-ahead grand slam to Esmeralda Valdez.
12 wins on the season, however, for Aaron Ashby. Let's see him get number 13 tonight, hold the Marlins, and then score some runs.
Stowers takes slightly low for ball 1. Stowers hitting just 176 against left-handed pitching, thus Ashby coming in here. Conine due up 3rd in the inning, so a couple of lefties. As Clay McCullough decides to make another move. Stowers took a low strike.
The key for Ashby, just watch that front shoulder. He's got some head duck, some head pull a little bit with that delivery. Just got to stay on line long enough.
Waving
just like there.
That slider's nasty.
Yep.
Stowers uses his timeout. Just 4 runs allowed by Ashby in the month of July, but 3 came on 1 swing, inherited a runner. Looked at ball 2, went back to the slider. Pitched 5 times on that road trip. Just gave up runs twice. Got him. Threw a fastball by him at 98. 1 up and 1 down in the 7th inning. Go downstairs. Another addition to this Brewers roster during the All-Star break, Sophia.
Yeah, the Brewers were busy, and they made a trade with the Houston Astros, and they acquired righty Lance McCullers Jr., who has been a great starter with Houston Astros his whole career, going back to 2015. Obviously a part of their World Series championships in 2017 and 2022. He is in the Brewers bullpen, just arrived to Milwaukee yesterday, and he only pitched in 8 games for Houston this season, had an earned run average of nearly 7, then went on the IL with right shoulder inflammation. He made 3 rehab starts to get himself ready for this, and his pitch counts were about 3 innings or 4 innings each of those appearances. 42 pitches, 60 pitches, his final one 77 pitches. But he's anxious to be here, to start fresh. He's been very impressed with what he has seen from the Brewers over the last couple seasons. He actually works out in the Houston area with tonight's starter Logan Henderson. And one of the first calls that he made when he was talking about the trade with the Astros was to, of course, Josh Hader. And he said Hader gave him a great report on being here in Milwaukee. So he's been through a lot. He's had a pair of surgeries on that right arm. He's had to deal with a lot of adversity, but he said, I'm an open book. And he wants to know how this Milwaukee team and this pitching group can help him get better, a new version of himself. So Lance McCullers Jr. Pitching out of the bullpen for now.
Thank you, Sophia. Heriberto Hernandez ahead of the count 3-0. Hacking away. Bowers couldn't catch it. Someone's got to get over there. And Hernandez reaches on what will more than likely be an infield single. Bowers could not hang on to that line drive. Just popped out of his glove, and Hernandez never took it for granted. He's aboard.
And I think Aaron Ashby just didn't trust the fact that he had to get over. He thought this was going to be an out, and he's just late getting over.
Going to have a pinch hitter for Conine. Leo Jimenez will come off the bench and hit for Miami. And that brings Chris Hook out of the Brewers dugout.
And going back to what Sophia was talking about with Lance McCullers Jr., he's excited. I talked to him before the game. He's really excited to be joining this group. You know, he's never been with a different organization than the Houston Astros, and all of a sudden he's with the second best team record-wise in all of baseball, and he's excited about contributing. Great guy. Really a guy that's a winner, has some playoff experience, pitched in the World Series, two-time World Series champion. And another piece of that deal too, Colton Gordon, he's going to be an important piece as a depth option in their starting rotation.
Yeah, left-hander who's in Nashville. Brewers gave up Jaden Fielder as part of the deal. He's going to Houston. Here's Jimenez, and he takes strike one. McCullers could be very versatile for this Brewers staff. All but 6 of his career appearances have been starts. Jimenez pops it up. Shallow right for Terang. Jimenez is gone for out number 2. And Jacob Marcy, the center fielder, will hit against Ashby.
The Marlins not pinch hitting left on left right here. And just because Jacob Marcy is their best option out there defensively in center field, it's a one-run game or 1-1 game, tie game here in the top of the 7th.
And strike one from Aaron Ashby. Marcy on the season came in hitting just 197. This is a guy that was a key piece for the Marlins a year ago. Still a key piece now, but just not hitting at a high level. And against lefties in particular, a 154 batting average.
That's the difference between the Marlins and the Brewers. The Brewers have a little bit more defensive versatility, especially in the outfield, with so many different players that can roam out there in center field.
Ball and a strike. Marcy takes down and away, squared to bunt, 2-1. Calvin Fauché loosening in the Marlins bullpen after 100+ pitches from Sandy Alcantara through 6 innings of 1-run ball. Two and two on Marcy. There's Fauché. 38,000 plus the ballpark to welcome the Brewers back to American Family Field. Two coming, runner goes. It's low, throw to second base on the bag. The tag is not in time. Safe is the call. Good throw from Contreras, right on the money. Pratt picked it clean. Pat Murphy holding, and they're going to challenge the play at second.
I tell you what, Jeff, William Contreras has such feel for the running game. Right before that pitch was delivered, he made a little gesture towards first base as if he knew he was going to be running right here.
Milwaukee's challenge now, call it second.
And I tell you, just with the naked eye, I thought he got him. William just threw it right into the path of Hernandez. Good pick at second base. Looks like he got him right there on the arm.
Wintrust replay review. See, there's the throw. Does the tag get there on the body before the glove gets in there?
Yeah, it looks like he got him. I mean, that's not a great look at it. I mean, but it certainly looks like the tag is on.
Right there?
Yeah, that upper arm of Hernandez.
Is there enough to overturn it? That's the key. Maybe this shot here will show definitively, is it on the body or not?
It looks like Marvin Hudson didn't think that it was. Looks like there's contact there with the glove.
If it does get overturned, it would be the 19th caught stealing for William Contreras. Is there contact in the upper portion of that arm? You can see the glove getting there before the hand is on the bag, but was there contact? Aaron Ashby is still loosening. Nobody has left the field. I'm not sure if there's space between the glove and the body. That's the key that we have here.
I'm not sure there's going to be enough evidence. It certainly looks like he got him. Cooper Pratt sold it, in my opinion, with how he kind of swiped the tag up the arm. It's taking a long time to review this one.
Marvin Hudson seems to be getting communication from the folks in New York. Here's the call.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Milwaukee will lose their challenge.
So no successful challenge for the Brewers. Marvin Hudson keeping his microphone open for us. Thanks, Marvin. Careful with what you're saying out there. On a hot mic. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, though, for Marcy. Still an opportunity to get out of this inning if you're Aaron Ashby. And time.
Long time in between pitches for Aaron Ashby. Let's see if he can execute something and get out of this inning.
Couple of pop-ups from Marcy tonight. 3-2 pitch from Ashby. Struck him out with a sinker. 2 Ks in the inning for Ashby. And he strands a runner in scoring position. It is time to stretch in Milwaukee as Aaron Ashby gets Jacob Marcy fishing that 2-seam sinker.
Let's move.
All tied up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the 7th here at American Family Field. The second half is underway. We're at the Gruber offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk along with Tim Dillard. I'm Stephen Watson. And Tim, pretty fitting. 2 teams that are built in very similar ways. We've got a pitcher's duel tonight.
Yeah, we do. And 5 strong innings from Logan Henderson. I thought he probably could have gone deeper, but after the All-Star break, go to your studs in the bullpen. Patrick with a scoreless. Ashby just finished up a scoreless. Joey Ortiz swinging the big bat, but hopefully more runs are coming here for the Brewers.
Well, a lot more of this story to be written. Coming up on Brewers post-game, we'll hear from Pat Murphy, hopefully Sophia with a walk-off interview. And guys, maybe some runs here and line up Ashby for another win.
That would be the hope. Thank you, fellas. Calvin Fauché on for appearance number 41 on the year. He's got the bottom part of the order starting with Luis Lara. And a first pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, quick-armed right-hander operates exclusively out of the stretch. Cutter-heavy arsenal. It sets up a sharp sweeper and curveball. Very tough on right-handed hitters. It's a hard-to-command arsenal, which shows up with 27 walks already in 39 2/3 innings pitched.
Already more walks in half the innings than he had all of last season. It's career high in walks for Fauché. 0-2 to Lara. Up high. Lara came in for Sal Frelick, who left the game earlier with right shoulder soreness. Defensively, Leo Jimenez stays in at third. Sanoa moves over to right. It's in the dirt.
Let's see if the Brewers can get a base runner, manufacture something, and close the door on the Marlins. This would be almost feel like a steal if they can win this one with Alcantara going for the Marlins out of the All-Star break.
Broken bat flare to right, a base hit. A good start for Lara and the Brewers in this bottom of the 7th inning.
That bat dies a hero right here on a 91-mile-per-hour cutter down and in against Luis Lara. Pulls the hands in and gets it in off the handle on that sharp cutter. And I see how he stays through it. Such a flat swing for Luis Lara. And dumps it into right field for a leadoff base hit. Let's see if he can move around the bases now.
Ortiz homered in his last at-bat. See what Pat Murphy has him do. The infield playing in, expecting a bunt. He squares early. Ortiz stabbed at it and took a strike anyway. This was his homer back in the 5th inning. Wisconsin Lottery home run ball number 4 for Ortiz.
Keeps his hands back on this one, ties up the game, hits a home run against one of the better pitchers in baseball in Sandy Alcantara.
And here's a bunt attempt and he fouls it away. He has 4 sacrifices on the year, and now if he's asked to do it, he'll have to do it with 2 strikes.
A tough guy to run on too. If you want to move him around the bases, and Luis Lara, he wanted to do it on the bunt, the first 2 pitches of this at bat. He's unable to get it down.
Takes very high, and you don't want to run on Fauché like you said. You got Mack behind the plate, who's thrown out 17 would-be base stealers this year.
Right. He's 1 behind the league leader in William Contreras in throwing out runners.
He's only played about a third of the season too.
Right.
1-2. Fly ball foul right side. Got Yelich on deck. Alcantara went 6 innings, 1 run, 4 walks, struck out 7. And it gets away from Mack, not far enough for Lara to think about it. Hesitated just enough to shut it down.
Yeah, he would have had to go right when that ball went in the dirt, but it didn't get far enough away from the, potential gold glover in Joe Mack, one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. Lara shuts it down.
Great shot for him, thrown up a high atop American Family Field. Here comes the 2-2. Ground ball to third. They will go to second. That's 1 on to first. Not in time. He beat it out. Stays out of the double play, but you trade Ortiz speed. That's a win for the Marlins.
Yeah, you don't want to. I was thinking, okay, maybe hit and run here, or run and hit, I should say, but Fauché doesn't throw enough strikes to do so, and not hit hard enough to complete the double play for the Marlins. Jimenez goes over to Xavier Edwards at second base, and Ortiz beats it.
Yelich doubled his last time. Fauché has never retired Christian Yelich. He's 1 for 1 with a couple of walks. Check the swing, didn't go. Ball and a strike on that cutter from Fauché. He hit a cutter from Alcantara down to the right field corner back in the 5th. Ground ball, second base. Edwards to short for 1, back to first. It's a double play. 4-6-3. We have played 7 innings in Milwaukee. Marlins 1, Brewers 1. Milwaukee Brewers baseball presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest, and by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. Great night for baseball and a great game to get you back into the baseball mode in the second half of the season. A 1-1 contest, pair of solo homers, and Abner Uribe takes the ball for the 40th time this year, Vinny.
Last pitched on Saturday in Game 2 in Pittsburgh. They tossed a scoreless 8th inning in that one. Gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. Has posted at a .81 ERA in his last 21 appearances. Looking for him to continue that hot streak right here and hold the Marlins to a 0.
They face 8, 9, and 1 in their order. And Mack takes a strike at 100. He is well rested, Abner Uribe. Pitched in Game 2 of the doubleheader in Pittsburgh. That was Saturday, as you mentioned. The 0-1 is slightly low. Ball to strike. Pitched just twice in the month that the Brewers were in St. Louis. It's inside, 2-1.
The key for Abner is to keep that sinker low in the zone so it has the opportunity to have that downward movement. Whenever he's up in the zone, it gets a little bit flat.
And fouled by Mack, a challenge fastball. Uribe, last 21 appearances, just 2 runs allowed. Covers 22 1/3 innings. All set on 2-2. Struck him out. And a challenge from Mack.
Previous pitch ball is challenging.
And he is going to lose this.
Well, look, you don't blame him because this is absolutely filthy.
William Contreras is telling me, yeah.
9 man, 1 remaining.
Yeah, we got you there. That was a strike.
Joe Mack can hit a heater so far in his young big league career, but he does have trouble with, non-fastball pitches, and this one is just absolutely gross. That's a slider that clips the back door of the zone for strike 3.
Javier Sanoa. Fly ball foul. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to second and bouncer back to the pitcher in the 6th inning. Last fastball at 101 from Abner Uribe. Chopper towards the middle. Pratt ranging. He's got it. Throw to first. Safe. Close play. Sanoa with a ton of speed. Brewers do not have a challenge left. They could ask for a crew chief review after the 8th inning, but no challenge anyway.
Yeah, if this throw is online, I'm just curious whether or not Sanoa's going to be out. That throw pulls Bowers just off the base, and I think Sanoa's going to be able to beat it anyway.
It's the first time that we've really seen Cooper Pratt unleash a throw. We haven't seen that outstanding arm strength, except for that one throw. Pitch to Hicks is a strike with a slider. He knows what he needs to put on every throw.
He's got, they call that having a good clock, just an internal clock of, when you need to get rid of the ball in order to have a play at first base.
Hicks takes down and in 6 base hits so far for the Marlins. That throw off balance from Cooper Pratt at 83 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's some arm strength. That's impressive. Yeah, the momentum taking him well into center field. Still able to get 83 on it.
Chopper foul first base side. Super sinker from Uribe.
Yeah, Hicks a good double play candidate right here. See if he can get Hicks to put it in play on the ground somewhere.
One and 2 on Hicks. Ground ball, second base. Terang goes to second, 1 on to first. There's your 2 ball. 4-6-3 it goes. Uribe
with a great job to go 1-2-3 through the Marlins in the 8th inning, and it was all about Turang and Pratt up the middle. Aurora Healthcare defensive play of the game. Turang over to Pratt and back over to Bowers. Turn 2, heart of the order coming up for the Brewers.
Score big on authentic gear on MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Brewers, the official source for your Brewers gear.
Jackson Chourio fouls it straight back. That fastball 99 from the new pitcher Michael Peterson.
Peterson's got 16 holds on the year, 4th in the National League. He's the Marlins setup man for Pete Fairbanks. He's got that big imposing presence at 6'7" on the mound.
Chourio trying to exit stage left. He's down to the count 0-2.
He's got a really big fastball that has really good ride at the top of the zone. 20 inches of induced vertical break, meaning near the league lead in terms of his ability to have it carry through the zone and not drop.
And a challenge from Mack.
Pitch goes, ball, catch a challenger.
And I think he's going to win it. Yep. And Jackson Chourio's gone on strikes.
Yeah, Nick Marley was blocked out on this pitch. Joe Mack wanted it up in the zone, and Michael Peterson threw it at the bottom of the zone. That's why Marley called it a ball, and Joe Mack with a pretty savvy challenge.
Numbers so far for Peterson, a guy that the Marlins got from the Braves on this day 1 year ago.
Yeah, journeyman, 32 years old, just making his way at the big league level. He's got a heavy fastball at 100 miles per hour. He's a pie thrower, meaning he doesn't really hinge that elbow and just kind of comes over the top.
Turang, a high pop-up. Otto Lopez. 2 away. Trevor McGill loosening in the Brewers bullpen. But first, a message from Wendy's. Here's Contreras. Here's Trevor McGill. Marlins will have the heart of their order due up in the 9th, starting with Otto Lopez. It's wide on Contreras. Two 2-0.
Peterson's been dealing with a right hamstring issue, but has never gone on the injured list for it. It doesn't look like it's bothering him tonight. That stuff is coming out hot of his right hand.
A good pitch to hit. Contreras fouled it back. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight for Contreras. Uses his timeout. Goes for a walk. Trying to kick some of the cobwebs loose. Three and 1 on William. You got Bowers on deck. Only 5 hitters in this Brewers roster have faced Peterson. And only one of them still active, Jake Bowers. Up and in, and it will be Bowers that will get a shot at Peterson with a man on and 2 outs.
Another quality at bat from William Contreras. Let's see if Jake Bowers can find a gap and bring him around.
Bowers a walk and a couple of strikeouts. Team leader in homers. And takes ball 1. Change up from Peterson at 90.
He'll throw that to left-handed batters, mainly the four-seamer slider.
Good hitters count for Bowers. Still yet to see the fastball. Three balls and a strike on Bowers. He's yet to take a swing.
Peterson has given up 4 homers on the year, 3 to left-handed batters.
And he'll step off and reset.
Pitch clock is getting down there.
Three-one coming to Jake Bowers. And he walked him. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Sets the stage for Garrett Mitchell as the go-ahead run is in scoring position. Mitchell 1 out of 2 today. A single, a walk, and a strikeout. He's been the hottest hitter for the Brewers for the last 2 months. Deep and straight away. The Marlins outfield. Swing and a foul into the glove. There's that high fastball to Garrett Mitchell.
Both Marcy and Hernandez pretty good arms. Sanoa below average arm and right.
Hit it foul. Back-to-back heaters, and Mitchell down to the count, 0-2. There's a go-ahead run in Contreras in the bottom of the 8th inning, standing at second. And he steps off again. That pitch timer was down to 1. Fly ball left field in the seats. Foul. Went to the high fastball. Mitchell covered it.
That's the pitch that Garrett Mitchell has made the adjustment on. It's that high fastball that he used to swing through a ton. You can see how short that swing is. A little bit more compact. Able to fight it off right there. That plus 35 run differential in the 8th inning or later for the Brewers.
They've been the comeback kids. Need a big hit from Mitchell. Foul back. A better swing at that fastball on the top of the zone. He's seen nothing but fastballs in this sequence. Here we go again on 0-2. And he dropped a slider on him, a check swing. He didn't go. Good take from Mitchell.
And how do you take that pitch? That is an exploding slider below the zone after all those fastballs at 100 top rail. Good take.
See where he goes now after he threw slider. He threw him another one, and Mitchell couldn't hold up this time. Mack will throw to first, complete the strikeout, and the side is retired. The Brewers strand a couple in the 8th inning. We go to the 9th, still tied 1-1.
Tonight's Tavern of the Game winner is Butler Harmon American Legion in New Richmond. Get to Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow. They will get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Trevor McGill is on for the Brewers, trying to maintain this tie game in the 9th inning. He's been terrific so far this year. Had that little blip early in April, but since then he's been locked down.
14 saves in 16 opportunities. Not a safe situation here, just trying to keep the game at 1-1. Opponents just hitting 191 against Trevor McGill, last pitched way back on July 6th in St. Louis, where he did notch that 14th save of the season with a scoreless 9th inning, punching out 2 in that one.
Only pitched in 3 games on that last road trip. Otto Lopez took the first pitch strike with a high curveball. It's 0-1.
He's got to go through the heart of this order. And starting with Otto Lopez, the league leader in batting average.
2 hits tonight, including a double. Swing and a miss. Another curveball. It's 0-2. Second base, Terang throws out Lopez, 1 away. Copyright telecast presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's Edwards. 1 for 3 lifetime with a walk against McGill. Struck out back in the 6th and takes ball 1. There's a strike on the corner. Edwards thought about it. It's close. Liner to left, a base hit for Edwards. Getting a lot of Luis Ariz vibes from Xavier Edwards, the way he swings the bat.
And he can change his approach with doing that, just slapping this pitch to left field, to the opposite field, allowing it to travel and getting on base. That's a downhill heater at 98 miles per hour that he just serves into left field.
Brings up Stowers, who's never faced McGill in his career. Go ahead runner first base for Miami. Runner goes. And a dirty exchange there from Contreras. Not sure if they would have had a shot at Edwards anyway. Got a big jump on McGill. Go ahead run now in scoring position. Couldn't get it out of his glove.
14th stolen base of the season for Edwards. And yeah, Trevor McGill, this is one little hiccup in his game, is that he does take a little bit a while to unwind and deliver the pitch.
Foul back, and Stowers had some ill intentions on that big curveball. Pete Fairbanks getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. He's their closer. Time Tampa Bay Ray. Oof. And Contreras will challenge.
Previous pitch, call the ball. Catch it, Sandy.
I think he was surprised that this wasn't called a strike.
Pitch and strike. No, I think that's 2 minutes.
So it's 1-2. We've seen some issues with that low strike from Nick Marley tonight. That is a tough pitch to call, though, the way the catchers are bringing that pitch up. I can understand.
Right.
So it's 1-2. Swings the count in McGill's favor. And he struck him out. Big challenge from Contreras. McGill finishes the job.
And Stowers caught guessing, looking for the curveball, and McGill just pumps a couple of heaters right by Kyle Stowers and freezes him. One of the hottest hitters in all of baseball, Kyle Stowers, and that's Contreras is about to challenge that one again if it wasn't called a strike. Little delayed call from Marley.
Roberto Hernandez. Fly ball center field. Back Mitchell, still back, reaches up, he caught it! Garrett Mitchell going back, takes a run off the board, and this game remains tied as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Outstanding running catch by Garrett Mitchell back into his left. We go to the bottom of the ninth with a chance to win it against the Fish. Garrett Mitchell with a whale of a catch out there in center field. D.L. Hall after Uribe giving him some love, saving the game for the time being. An opportunity now for the Brewers to win it in the bottom of the ninth inning. And they will send Andrew Vaughn to the plate as a pinch hitter for Cooper Pratt to start this ninth against Pete Fairbanks. 13 saves and 15 opportunities. Not a safe situation. See that beefy ERA for Fairbanks.
Yeah, they paid $13 million to bring him over as the closer his first year with the Marlins. Big 6'6".
Swinging a high pop up by Vaughn. Stowers one away. Vaughn now 3 for 15 as a pinch hitter this year. And Luis Lara is coming up. Lara had a base hit back in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 2. Came on when Frelick left the game with an injury. Fairbanks has been scuffling recently. Last 7 games, 7 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, and 3 homers allowed.
He's been getting the strikeout, but he has been giving up runs.
2-0 on Lara.
Got that vertical fastball, that short arm arc, short extension, so it's a hittable fastball. He uses it to set up the cutter and the hard downer slider at 83. Occasional changeup as well.
Drops in the slider. It's 2-1 on Luis Lara. He's seen it now. Craig Yoho, in case this game gets into the 10th inning, starts to play catch. Lara swing and a miss. He was looking to end it. Tough to do that with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball up there. Joey Ortiz on deck. Lara spoils one.
Has yet to hit a home run at the big league level. Luis Lara has hit 9 this season in Nashville.
Far and away a career high for him.
The previous career high in the minor leagues was 4. He's got plenty of pop to end this. Let's see if he can get a hold of one.
Check the foul tip. Doesn't matter on the check swing. It's a foul tip and Lara's gone. So 2 away for Ortiz. Our Toyota drive of the game delivered by none other than Joey Ortiz. The only run for the Brewers today, a solo homer by Joey Ortiz back in the 5th inning.
They kept the hands back, and so Joey plenty strong enough to get it out of here to tie the game, and that's been the only offense for the Brewers in tonight's ball game.
Ortiz takes inside. Never faced Pete Fairbanks before. In fact, only one player on the Brewers roster ever has a hit against Fairbanks. That's Bowers. Ball and a strike on Ortiz. Brewers have used 4 out of the bullpen. Patrick, Ashby, Uribe, and then McGill. Joey fouled it into the glove again of Mack, and it's 1-2. Just 3 out of the pen thus far for Miami. Fouled away, and a good pass at that fastball.
Yeah, attacking Joey with the heater above the zone. And I would imagine that Pete did not want to throw that last one right there.
Top of the order looming. Ortiz trying to get Yelich to the plate in this 9th inning. Dropped that slider, a check swing, denied. First base Derek Thomas lives to see another one. Do it again.
A good competitive at bat right here from Ortiz.
Seventh pitch of this sequence from Fairbanks and Joey Ortiz. And the count runs full. 3-2 on Joey. Again, Yelich is on deck. Hoping for a shot in this 9th inning. Ortiz, a liner into right center, a base hit. What an at-bat from Ortiz.
A phenomenal at-bat from Joey O. Taking this fastball at the top of the zone, staying inside it, winning the inside part of the baseball. That is a thing of beauty. Pulling the hands in, staying short and quick to the ball, and lining it back up the middle for a 2-out base hit.
It's outside. Yelich 0 for 2 against Fairbanks. Winning run over at first base for the Brewers and Ortiz. Deep and straight away in the outfield, no doubles. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Selling out for heater. Fresh out of baseball sent out to the home plate umpire. If someone's going to get you to hit a homer, it's usually going to be a lefty against Fairbanks. All 7 of his homers to lefties. Runner goes up high. Throw down to second base is not in time. No tag applied by Lopez. Ortiz steals second.
That's only the 2nd stolen base given up on the season by Pete Fairbanks. And Joey Ortiz gets a phenomenal jump right here, gets to his top speed quickly, and then beats the throw. It overslides the base and beats the throw from one of the best throwers in baseball, maybe the best, in Joe Mack.
There he is for Yelich. Outfielders shorten up, winning run in scoring position. 3-1 on Yelich with Churiel on deck. Hitters count for Yelich. Ball 4, and it will be Churiel against Fairbanks.
Passing the baton. Not trying to force it, Christian Yelich. If it's not there, take it and allow your teammate Jackson Churiel to walk this off.
Fairbanks steps off. Disengagement number 1. Swing and a miss by Chourio. He's got 1 career walk-off. That was against the Dodgers last year, July the 9th. It was right before the All-Star break. Hit foul. He's in an 0-2 hole. He's got 2 fastballs from Fairbanks.
I just laid on the fastball. Maybe thinking slider, back of his mind. He's got to get it done now with 2 strikes in a deep hole.
22 pitches from Fairbanks. Outfielders are shortened up. Again, your best arm is at center with Marcy. 2-strike pitch to Chourio. Fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul. Got to that fastball. Remember the at-bat from Joey Ortiz. Was 1-2. Ortiz battled, got the base hit. Yelich drew the walk. Sets up his chance for Chourio. And a knee-buckling breaking ball, and Chourio does not challenge. The Brewers had 2 challenges, and Chourio says no thanks. Wow. Fairbanks strikes out Chourio looking on a ball off the inside corner. We will go to the 10th, all tied 1 apiece.
Trying to.
Well, we go to the 10th inning at American Family Field. Marlins Brewers right out of the chute in the second half as Craig Yoho comes in. Throws strike 1 to Leo Jimenez. Yoho, his 10th appearance. He's been really good here of late. The runner is Heriberto Hernandez at second base. Had a great road trip to Yoho. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it's all about fastball command for Craig Yoho. You know he's got that great changeup. You got to get hitters off of the changeup by landing that fastball in the zone. So far, so good.
Tugged on that fastball at 96. Had that appearance coming in for Brandon Woodruff when he got hurt in Arizona. 2 2/3 perfect innings. Scoreless in St. Louis. 2 innings in Pittsburgh. Liner to left. Chourio back is there, makes the catch. Hernandez can't go anywhere. Out number 1.
Jimenez squared that up, and Chourio standing right there, able to record that first out. Shoemake coming in over at third base.
Made his Brewers debut Sunday in Pittsburgh. Ortiz slides over to short as Marcy digs in. 1 out, runner still at second base. Marcy 0 for 3. Still shocked that Jackson Chourio did not challenge that last pitch with 2 challenges remaining in the 9th inning.
He kind of gave up on that pitch, right? And almost probably gave up tracking it into the zone. That's why he didn't challenge it.
And that changeup is low, barely. 2-0.
Changeup, and this is the strikeout of Jackson Churio for Pete Fairbanks at the end of the last half inning. Slider inside, it's way inside for today's standards, and Churio just nodded his head, not even thinking of challenging.
Yeah, I mean, you just, even if it's an obvious strike, I think you got to challenge that situation right there.
2-1 fouled away. He's only challenged one pitch this year.
Yeah.
If you're not confident in doing it, I guess don't do it, but that's one where if you have it in the 9th inning, time and place, might as well.
You got to open it up in your mind, right? Late in the game, in those situations with runners in scoring position, you just got to open it up. Just say, okay, anything close, I think I'm going to challenge with the game on the line.
Changeup outside, 3-2 on Marcy with Mack on deck. Time called and granted by Marcy. Yoho stepped off. Hernandez bouncing off of second base. Hit it foul. Brewers playing in their 11th extra inning game. They are 7-3 in extra innings. Marlins are just 2-3. These two teams played extra innings down in Miami earlier this year too. Change up, rolled to first base. Yoho going to get over, gets the feed over to third. Goes Hernandez with 2 outs.
If he can keep it at a 0 right here, that would be a massive outing for Craig Yoho. Let's see if he can get this last out. Joe Mack, the lefty, coming up with a tough righty in Sanoa on deck. Remember, Craig Yoho pretty effective against the left-handed bats because of that changeup.
Sanoa, tough guy to strike out, puts the ball in play a ton.
Yeah, this is the guy you want to go get.
Brewers in the bottom of the inning will have the middle of the order. Terang, Contreras, and Bowers with Churio as the placed runner. So if you can get Mack, put up a 0 in this top of the 10th inning, you've got a good shot with a Wisconsin native and Walker getting ready for Miami. Pitch to Mack. Change up, hit into center. Got a chance. Mitchell back is there. He catches another one up against the wall. 2 straight innings. Mitchell on the warning track pulls in an extra base hit. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Garrett Mitchell. First it was back into his left. Now back into his right. He makes the catch. Still tied 1-1 and a chance to win it in the 10th. Bryce Terang will lead it off in the bottom of the 10th inning against Lake Bacher of the Miami Marlins, former Wisconsin Whitewater product. He takes over for the 33rd time for the Marlins, former punter on the Whitewater football team.
Yeah, Coach Vodelich at Whitewater had to convince the football coach Lance Leipold, the famous UW Whitewater coach, to let him come out for baseball, and it has worked out for Lake Bacher. He's been really, really good as of late for the Marlins. Operates from that first base side of the rubber, open front foot land into a 3/4 slot. Got a vertical fastball. He pairs it with a heavy, boring 2-seamer. Can really spin 3 different breaking balls, and he's got a very good split finger. He's got all the weapons. Let's see if the Brewers can push this one across for the win.
Bryce Terang had a walk-off homer earlier this season. That was on Mother's Day. Jackson Churio is the winning run standing at second base in a 1-1 game in the 10th. Terang 0 for 3 today with a walk. Infielders playing up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul at home plate. This was Mother's Day against the New York Yankees. David Bednar served it up. Turang sent it out. Brewers with another Mother's Day miracle. Walk off as Turang needs a couple of extra moments after fouling that ball off his front foot. Can he add another piece to what has already been an outstanding season for Bryce Turang? Fouled away. There's the fastball at 93 against the off-speed stuff that has Bacher where he is. Just away with that curveball. It's 1-2.
Now you're Bryce Turang. You're down in a 1-2 hole. You got to somehow, some way try and hit behind the runner right here. Get him over to third base. Less than 2 outs.
And he struck him out. Fastball got it by him, and Turang unable to move that runner from second base. Big strikeout from Bacher.
96 with the heater at the bottom of the zone, bottom part of the zone, and Bacher gets that big first out. Someone's got to come up with a big base hit here.
Contreras has walked twice, 0 for 2. Infield very shallow. Outfield shallow too for Miami. Down and away. Sweeper from Bacher. Contreras with 3 walk-offs as a member of the Brewers, 4 total. And he looked at the ball low. Had a walk-off sacrifice fly against the Yankees. Walk-off homer against the Giants last year, and a walk-off walk against the Mariners in 24. 2-0 on Contreras. 3-0. With Bowers on deck. Green light here on 3-0, Vinny?
I mean, it's tough because he can really spin the breaking ball, and you're wondering if he's going to try and land one in there. If you get a fastball, go ahead and unleash it.
And he got off speed, left it alone. Splitter on 3-0.
I mean, that's what makes this kid really tough, because he can land every single one of his pitches. He's got a deep arsenal.
Still good hitters. Count 3-1 coming. Bouncer, foul, third base side. And Contreras buckled over after that swing.
He's favoring that right foot. Here's the pitch. That's a sinker in on him. And again, I think he's favoring that right side.
Took a big swing. See how he twisted his ankle and knee area? Really trying to drive that back leg through, and then the ankle just gave way on Contreras.
He's got something going on that right side. I saw something in the previous at bat as well. That's something you want to see.
Looks like they're gonna give him a drink of something. Maybe it's just a cramp. That would be the best case scenario. Just a cramp. Maybe he's got the magic juice that's going to give him what he needs to get a big base hit.
It's a hot, humid night, right? You've been catching 10 innings already.
And the air quality hasn't been great here in the area either for the last couple of days. Here we go on 3-2. Winning run at second base.
he walked him. So Contreras flips the bat, and it's up to Jake Bauers. See if Pat Murphy wants to have a pinch run. Not that that run means anything right now. The only run that matters is the one over at second base.
Yeah, I think Gary Sanchez is the only player left on the bench for the Brewers.
He was ready to hit just in case. Here's Bauers. Couple of walks, couple of Ks for Bauers tonight. Two balls, no strikes. Garrett Mitchell's on deck. The off-speed stuff in the fastball counts.
Yeah, 2-0 curveball lands it on the back door.
Swing and a miss. Bauers trying to end it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big cut at that curveball.
Just kind of fooled him. Goes out in front of it, missed it. Jake come through.
And it's high with a splitter and a challenge from Mack.
Pitching on ball, catcher challenging.
If they lose, it's their last one. No big deal. He resets if you go to the 11th. And it is high.
Call confirmed, Miami has 1 remaining.
That's that high split. Jake Bauers almost tried to duck underneath it, thinking, hey, stay high, stay above the zone, and it did.
3-2 on Bauers. Bacher ready. And now time used by Bauers. Here's the payoff. Struck him out. Swung a ball for that curveball down low. 2 away, and it's up to Garrett Mitchell. Well, he saved a couple of runs with his glove in both the top of the 9th and top of the 10th inning. Can he come up clutch? He has not had a walk-off since 2023. It was against the Mets, a walk-off home run. Single, walk, and 2 strikeouts tonight. Now he faces Bacher, winning run at second base. Strike 1, that backdoor sweeper.
This kind of guy has been a pretty good matchup for Garrett Mitchell, a guy who could land the off-speed pitches, the non-fastballs in the zone. We've seen Garrett Mitchell come through against guys like that.
Tried a slider that backed up on him, 1-1. He's been the most consistent hitter in the lineup for the last 2 months for the Brewers, Garrett Mitchell. Outfield is way in. Swing and a miss. He dropped the splitter on Mitchell. Bacher struck out Mitchell in the only other meeting between these two. Ground ball towards the middle. It's through. They'll send Churiel around. Here's the throw for Marcy. Way offline. Garrett Mitchell wins it in the 10th. First game of the second half. The Brewers pick up win number 60, and it's Garrett Mitchell that comes through with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 10th.
He not only came through with the bat right here in the 10th inning, Jeff, but he came through with a couple of game-saving catches in the 9th and in the 10th. And all of a sudden, he comes through and walks it off for the Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, what a big moment and what a big game for Garrett Mitchell. Getting doused with water, and rightfully so. Just a great at-bat again from Garrett Mitchell. And again, this is a guy that Garrett Mitchell has been having success against in his career. This is a curveball that stays in the zone, and he wraps it right back up the middle. And an offline throw in center field, and Jackson Churio able to score easily. Brewers walk it off for their 60th victory. What a hard-fought game by the Brewers. And a big win.
Fastest of 60 wins in franchise history for the Brewers. They do it in walk-off fashion today against the Miami Marlins to take game 1 of this opening series to start the second half. Great night from Garrett Mitchell. He's going to need a towel before Sophia Minter gets an opportunity to chat with him. This Brewers team, night in and night out, it's somebody different. You mentioned it, Vinny. Great defense from Mitchell in the 9th and the 10th inning, running some balls down to the gaps. And then Garrett comes through with the bat in the 10th.
Yeah, I just love it, too, because Pat Murphy has challenged Garrett Mitchell in the media, in some of his post-game interviews. When he hasn't come up with some of these catches, he comes up with 2 huge catches tonight, and then he does it with a bat in the bottom of the 10th inning. After a couple of strikeouts and not great situational hitting in the 10th inning by the Milwaukee Brewers, and Garrett Mitchell goes ahead and gets it done.
He is ready with Sophia Minter. He's already been doused. Maybe he'll get another one here, Soph.
Well, I think it feels good, right? You feel a little cooled off after the walk-off. But Garrett, that is the toughest situation, right? You know you've got the runner on there, 2 strikes, 2 outs. What were you looking for the deeper you got into that at bat?
Just looking for a pitch up in the zone that I can drive. Made a lot of really good pitches, put me in a 2-strike battle there, but was able to get a pitch that I could handle and got up the middle.
He presents so much with just his mix. What did you see in the at-bats in front of you that maybe helped you in your at-bat?
Yeah, I mean, I think the down is death in that situation, trying to get him up in the zone. He did a really good job going through that part of the lineup, not really making any mistakes. And honestly, that was a good pitch that he still made there, just was able to get it.
You had a huge influence on this game defensively as well. The catches that you made to finish the 9th and the 10th innings with runners on there in a tied game. Garrett, take me through those catches. Which one was more challenging?
Both were challenging. I would say probably the first one because I had to catch it behind my head. I was happy just to make some of those. I feel like early on in the season, I wasn't really making those, and that feels very uncharacteristic for the way I play the game and playing defense. So it feels good to see me making some of those catches now. Feels good.
Well, the second half is underway now. You guys have your 60th win of the season. That's the fastest the franchise has ever reached that mark. How proud are you of how you guys came back and just stuck with this one, Garrett?
Say it one more time. I couldn't hear you.
Just how you guys have opened up the second half here in a very Brewers-like win, right? Grinding this one out.
It's Brewers baseball, baby. Just pass it from one guy to the next, running the bases well, playing good defense. It's good to get a win to start the second half.
All right, Garrett, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Put it on a T-shirt. It's Brewers baseball, baby. Brewers come up with win number 60. First walk-off hit for Garrett Mitchell since the 2023 season. Picks up that big knock and takes game 1 away from the Miami Marlins. Great defense first. Kept the game tied in the 9th inning and in the 10th to set himself up for the game-winning hit in the bottom half of inning number 10. We've got the Brewers post-game show presented by Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin coming up. Steven and Tim have that coming your way from Nelly's Corner. Break down the game and everything else for Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minter, and our entire crew. I'm Jeff Levering saying good night. We'll do it again for you tomorrow right here on Brewers TV.